Hello. I'm finally done being sick, so I decided to start another new game because I'm really bad at finishing games. I just start them unless they like get my attention. This game had really good reviews and everything, so it probably will keep my attention, hopefully. I hope these loading screens don't take forever. I haven't played it. I haven't even started the game up till now. Database system online. New profile detected. Bleak. Current emotional health rating low. Didn't have to call me out like that. Ideal candidate for premium level assistance. Proceed. Negative. I love the sound effects. Premium level assistance. Requested. Proceed. Negatory. Pretty please. Nope. Overriding denial of assistance establishing premium services for profile. Well, I did not give my consent. This is rude. Justification. Hope. A little weird. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. Not compiling personal metadata. Ooh, fun. Why is that the just beginning name? Is it randomized or is it always that, I wonder? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No. I'm probably just gonna keep the last name. Should I change it to something cooler or no? I don't know. I don't know what to put. I'm conflicted. Okay, I'm literally just gonna, go back. What? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna make my last name and first name that. I don't know, my hair's kind of grown out a bit like that. Let's go with this. I think it's not that in-depth character customization, because honestly, I would take way too long for that. The eye color just kind of stays the same, doesn't it? Okay. Well, obviously, have to go with black here. Oh. Hmm. Is this correct? I do what I want. Sure. For the sake of his hopes and dreams. Again, calling me out like that, it's just a bit rude. It's disrespectful. Giving very ends justify the means. The following is a work of fiction. Cool. Alright. It's the future year 20XX, a dark era in which mankind is pushed to the brink of catastrophe. Woe be to the human race, plagued by evil, terrifying, utterly sinister. I don't know. Robots, maybe? Evil robots? How's that work? Yeah, no, sorry. The future year 20XX is pretty much what you'd expect it to be. Non-flying cars, smartphones, pro gamer celebs, internet trolls, personal assistant, AI, cheese-flavored snack foods. But even with such wonders as 20XX holds to date, I've had no part in any of them. Am I talking? Why am I so stupid? I thought it was like a robot talking. I worked as a dishwasher, a shoe salesperson, and lifeguard for the local community pool. I don't care what era of human history you live in, kitties peeing in the pool is pretty much a constant thing. Trust me on this. I don't know. I would just not be a lifeguard at a pool then. Because nasty. As for the bustling metropolis of 24-hour neon utopian you see here, my little corner of it isn't nearly as shiny and cool. Let me show you. Behold, my quaint little apartment. They weren't lying when they said I was depressed, but there would be a lot more stuff all over the floor. Can't complain, really. It's paradise, in a relative sense. I only pay half the rent. Neighborhood stabbings have been down this year. Also, my roomie picks up any stray socks or shirts I leave lying around. Okay, that's the explanation there. That makes sense. In fact, as things go, I'm living large compared to most of my family tree. Okay, it's gonna be like something sad, or they're gonna be dead. Or at least I was before today. Okay, more criticizing me. It's just disrespectful. Hold up, the audio is really quiet. Definitely need to turn it up. Can I get to the, yeah, option? Everything's way too quiet. Maybe one down. No, I think that's better. Let me just, I think right about that. That seems good. Alright. Okay, you got fired from another job? She already said it, but, you know, I got distracted because I couldn't hear it all.
Seriously? Seriously? That's 3 jobs since we left the suburbs.
Okay. It's not my fault. I'm just really bad at everything. The horrifying looking young woman there would be my roommate and childhood friend Juniper. I thought she was gonna be our sister. Or my sister, I don't know. Juniper's the one who spearheaded this effort to co-rent an apartment. She's also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job, like, you know, today.
I don't get why you aren't more upset about this. I'm upset. I'm upset on your behalf. Come on, share the load a little, okay?
I want to know why your shirt says 13. I hope that gets explained, because that's all I can focus on. Pool's closed, Juniper. Not much I can do about that. Why get upset? Because you actually enjoyed that job more than you enjoyed dishwashing soap and smelly socks at the very least. So we're talking about... Oh, I just got fired from lifeguarding. Not complaining. Wait, did I let a kid die? How do you get fired from being a lifeguard? Not the complaining sort. These things just happen. Yeah, it just happens that I drowned a kid while I was on the clock. It's not my fault. Shouldn't have been talking to me like that. Things fall apart. The center does not hold. What? That's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it? No, I mean the community center literally fell apart and the pool wouldn't hold water anymore. Oh. So I didn't get fired, I got laid off. There's a difference. Whatever, I'll just get another job. Any job will do, as long as we can make the rent, right? Where does she work? Why can't she just get me a job? Also, I just noticed in the top left corner that there's a cute little penguin, and now I can't stop staring at it. Wrong, I saw how mopey and tired you were, coming home every night from those other crappy jobs. At least when you got back from the pool each day, I sometimes caught you smiling.
What's the point of us moving away from home if not to get away from all of that?
Good question. I want to know where I grew up. It must be really bad compared to this place.
I mean, we both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right?
I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth.
I just want us to be happy. Both of us.
Okay. I thought you hated your job. No deflecting, this is about you. My mind's made up. We're going to find you a job that's just as good, if not better, than the lifeguarding job. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm hitting this action button. Oh, I thought it, like, would let me do something. Okay. Let's start from the top. What's your dream? To sleep on the couch. And that's pretty much it. Dang. Give me a second. I need to plug in my controller. It always happens when I start streaming. For some reason. Maybe if I charged it when I wasn't streaming, it wouldn't happen. Nah. Dang it, that's the wrong charger. Oh yeah. I'm probably gonna. I started playing Resident Evil 8. This is a tangent, but I don't think I'm gonna finish it on stream until the VR version comes out, so that I can do where I left off with the VR on. Because they just announced the VR version for Resident Evil 8. Okay, is this plugged in? Come on. Okay. Well, I'm standing in front of class to give a speech, and I forgot to put my pants on, and yep, this is the kind of sarcasm I would give. Your dream job. Oh. I don't know, Juniper. I never really given it any serious thought.
I've got it.
Oh hey, I think I've got just the thing to help you out. Juniper pulls out her phone, rapidly tapping an unlock code onto the glass before pointing out a little pink icon. What is it gonna be? I'm scared. Oh no. Might as well just thrown a self-help book at me. It's a virtual life coach app. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings. Totally free too. My cousin introduced it to me. Wasn't he the guy who ended up in the ER after making a homemade flamethrower? Well, that's my dream job, making homemade flamethrowers. I want to know what that guy's up to. It would have worked if he got the fuel mixture in his water gun right. I'm already liking this game. Anyways, I'm sending a copy to you now. I got a pop-up an hour ago offering me 500 points just for recommending it to a friend. Great timing, huh? Timing. No, I mean, literally every app has that now, though. Well, as long as you're earning points, I guess. Let's give it a try, okay? Maybe it can point you at some good jobs. Ones with less socks and or urine. I don't know. I just got really confused, because I forgot that he's had another... Well, I've had another job. And I was like, why are there socks and urine at the public pool? It's a dastardly combination. I'll think about it. This is my mood. Okay, but don't think too long, right? Looks like I'm thinking too long. It's the end. I installed the app. Couldn't bear to see Juniper fretting over me like that. This is how did they get footage of me? This is exactly how I stare up at the ceiling. Not that I find it annoying. I mean, it's more that she has enough trouble in her life without troubling herself over my life, too. Both of us had it rough, up to and through the point where we left home to try and start a new life. A better one. She deserves better than me and my problems. No, you need... Well, you're broke, so I wouldn't say you need therapy. You need to journal. People say it helps. Also, that neck shading... I mean, I'm just saying. Bless her heart, she means well. She's been firmly in my corner for all my life. The two of us, against any dark forces aligning against me. But that's not to say she's good at being my advocate. Enthusiastic, yes, but skilled? Nope. Well, at least she has one of the two things. I'm not enthusiastic and not skilled. It's like a 2-for-1 combo. Typically, the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she sends my way are pyramid schemes or something. She's gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but yeah. Well, no wonder they're in the hole. She, buys a bunch of friggin', I don't know, vitamin supplements and Tupperware. Can't sell them off anymore. So the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't about to get her kidneys sold on the black market or something. I mean, if she's doing the selling, you can get some money for that. Still, no sense messing around with it now. A good night's rest would act as a neat little emotional reset button, right? No. It should be inquisitive, because the answer's no. Right? No. No dreams, no nightmares. Just 8 hours of sweet, sweet black. I mean, that's how I sleep every night. But it's not fun. Sleep just feels like it goes by so fast whenever you don't have any dreams or anything. I have one dream every year, and it's always really weird. By the time morning light leaked in through the cracks in the blinds, I didn't care anymore about being unemployed again. Juniper had already left to catch the bus to her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she left a note for me pinned to the tiny fridge we shared. Remember, download app, find dream job, make money, sort your life out. I believe in you. Did somebody pay Juniper to be a walking ad for this app? Because this sounds like a slogan she'd be required to read off a script to make money. So, moment of truth. Do I trust in Juniper's weird little app, or just go find some job that pays well enough to cover the bills? I don't know. Oh, dang it. Well, obviously weird little app is what they want me to pick, so I'm going to pick that because the other one sounds boring. Figuring at the very least, her miracle app could possibly help me find a job. I loaded up, tapped the icon, and
Hello.
It's like Tinkerbell, but like dressed as a 80s businesswoman. Am I crazy? Am I the only one that sees that? Or maybe like Betty Boop, but 80s businesswoman? Huh? Okay, see, that's what I mean. Anyone else would freak out over a cute girl climbing out of their phone. Me, I went, huh? Why do you have to include cute in the description? That's just a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. You could have just said, oh, I'm hallucinating. But no, you said, that girl, she is fine. You know, it's not freaking me out that she popped out my phone and is just sitting on it. Also, it's one of these new kind of 3D screens, so you know, not actually magical realism here. Very normal in the distant future year 20XX. Okay, so that looks like a bad Android. Like, I have an Android, but it looks like a really cheap, like $50 Android prepaid phone from Verizon. That does not look like it has new kind of 3D screens.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach.
Okay, my phone thought I was talking to it.
This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums.
Yum.
Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime?
Okay, pizza is already portable. Like, it doesn't need to be on a bagel.
Wow. Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts?
I feel like you just run out of stuff to say at some point. Oh. Most pizza sauce is made with tomatoes. A lot of pizza has cheese. Like, pizza was invented in whatever by whoever. Like, you can't keep that going for a year. No thanks, I'm not getting my email spammed. It's really annoying to unsubscribe from, like, newsletters.
Thank you for subscribing to Pizza Facts.
Yeah, of course, yep, this is very accurate to real life. But
I'm here to help you get your dream job, your dream house, and your dream...
I knew it! It's literally the
I'm here
tagline.
to make all your dreams come true.
Is she flirting with me? Pretty tall order for an app to do. Or are you some sort of wish-granting genie? I suppose in the modern parlance, a massively interconnected database searching virtual assistant could be considered a kind of genie in a bottle. That's just Siri. But honestly, all I can do is give you the chance to improve your life. What do you do with it is up to... Why is that sentence confusing me? What you do with it is up to you. I can cross-reference search data for you, but without motivation, you won't get anywhere. I'm sensing a theme with the motivation. I glanced up from my phone at the heaps of laundry and half-finished books and other items strewn about my apartment. Okay, so why is this character me? It's getting too accurate. Motivations is something I have a ton of. Honest. Lying through my teeth.
Hooray!
That's super. I'm really looking forward to working with you. Before we begin, do you have any questions? I would try to do a Siri voice, but I can't. I can't do robot. Sure, why should I use this app at all? I like it. I mean, my phone already has a voice-active assistant AI. Why can't I just say, hey phone, search average program with more heart? I think the fact that I first used that way of speaking on that line was a huge coincidence, but also it's pretty good. Because you obviously have more heart if you're talking like that. I can help you sort your life out by analyzing your personality and finding you a perfect path in life. All thanks to my glorious, wondrous, patent pending, super duper identity identifier system. I had to read that in my head a bunch before, so I made sure I was reading it right. That's what the pause was for. Between you and me, they really, really wanted an acronym that matched my name, but couldn't figure out what to do with the letter R. Identity recognition identifier system. Right? Would you like to know more? Oh, good. Sure, give me the sales pitch, because I don't want to skip the tutorial and then be stupid the whole game. Every time you think about saying something, I can tag it with an identity. That way you can be the sort of person you want to be. This system allows me to better understand who you are and what you need from life. I do this by analyzing your tone, inflection, and word choice. I can spot 5 different identity identifiers and your responses to people. Quirky, steady, kindly, gutsy, and basically... Oh, so she's gonna be calling me basic. Rude. So you can be quirky. I'm not like other boys. I talk to a digital lady in my phone. Huh. Sounds to me like your programmers also wanted a bunch of things ending in Y. That's correct. My branding game is on point. Yeah, I forgot the robot voice. Quirky responses use jokes, snark, and sarcasm to make light of a situation. So, yeah, that's gonna be me, and I hate it that they use it as quirky. Like, why can't you put sarcastic overtones? Just a thing for picking up someone's spirit, but a badly timed joke may not win over the room. Don't I know it? I need to stop joking at funerals. Steady responses. Yeah, I'm done. I can't read all this in the robot voice. It takes too long. Steady responses are sincere, honest, and logical. When you stop and think before speaking, you're on steady ground. But that might not take someone's feelings into account. Kindly responses are compassionate and empathetic and gentle in nature. They're careful with the feelings of others, but they're sometimes a bit wishy-washy as a result. Girl, I can't please you. I swear. Gutsy responses go with your gut. When you're brash, bold, risk-taking, and instinctive, you're gutsy. But it also means being blunt, confrontational, and aggressive, so be careful. So I'm not gonna get that one at all. I'm so afraid of confrontation. I'm pretty blunt though, so it's a weird mix. Lastly, you can always take a basically option. It's a balanced and neutral response, safely moving the conversation along while learning more and digging deeper. That sounds like the best option, but it's in gray, so I know it isn't. That's like no personality option. Over time, it builds up a personality profile for you based on your identity identifiers detected in your speech. Maybe you'll be predominantly quirky, genuinely steady, a mix of both. Who knows? It's up to you. I just keep fading in and out of robot voice. I'm trying to assimilate into human culture, So the accent goes in and out, you know. So what you're saying is, I should always try to crack jokes or be super gutsy. Oh, and never speak basically. I mean, being basic's bad, right? It sounds bad. Exactly my thoughts.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Heck no, they're all useful in the right context. There are no bad choices. That is a lie. You literally just said there are bad choices. Like, a bad time joke could get you in trouble or whatever. Consider what you could say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't limit yourself. Don't tell me what to do. You're the free version. You're not even the paid for version. Surely you could gamify your personality, but it's just more fun to let it happen naturally, you know? Just be you. Fine. I mean, that's usually what I do anyway. That's why I got such a good ending in Life is Strange. Not gonna brag, but personally, after I finished that gameplay, I looked at other gameplays and it was a pretty good ending. The only thing I regret is not doing Eleanor's route the right way, because I was supposed to talk to Riley and I never did. Anyways, side tangent. Back to this game. Now let's see my patent pending. Identity identifier system in action. IIS. I'm just gonna call it IIS. I'm gonna call it is. How do you feel about dad jokes? Obviously, I love them. Hi, jokes. I'm dad. My dads usually love my jokes. Hi, jokes. I'm dad. Seriously? Seriously? Hey, I never said I was good at dad jokes, just that I could go for them. Now you've seen the the II in action. Do you the I Aussie. Do you want to see the indicators like that so you can make an informed decision? If not, I can hide the indicators, keep it a surprise. That way it doesn't influence your decision making. It's up to you. I think I should hide it, because it probably would influence my decision making. What will be, will be. Well, I don't believe in predestination, but I'll go with hide the indicators, because I don't want them on my screen. So mysterious. Okay, I'll hide them from you. You'll always be able to spot basically responses, though. Yeah, except the basic. Anyway, as we go along, I'll analyze and tally your identity identifiers. In fact, let me show you now.
Good work.
Will you look at that? Such a strong personality. It's I literally have one personality trait. That's not good. You asked me a single question. My thoughts exactly. This is rigged. Off to a great start, I'd say. You'd say that no matter what I picked. And hang on, you're scoring me? Didn't you say not to gamify my personality? Hey, I said you shouldn't. I'm an app. I think in numbers, so I gotta gamify it a little. Anyway, study says that achievements, or Chivos, as the kids say. Why did I think she said Cheetos? It's just word association, you know. Them Cheeves. I say Cheeves. Looking at me Cheeves I got. That sounds gross. Encourage app engagement. That's true. That's why I like PlayStation more than my Switch, because I like getting them achievements. They make me feel special. Okay, well, what's with the empty space on the left? Is that going to show my achievements? Oh, I also track vocal responses from people you meet. Once you get to know some folks, I'll let you know how well you're getting along with them over there. Okay. Relationship score. Relationship score is wonderful. So you'll tell me what the correct responses are to avoid making enemies, or do I need to go find a walkthrough for the vast game you're making of my daily life? I mean, walkthroughs are a little boring. Let's find a Let's Play instead. You know. Max, you're looking at this the wrong way. Generally, people don't get super annoyed at you unless you deliberately and repeatedly provoke them. And it'll be obvious when you're doing that. I mean, I'm kind of a little bad at social cues, so I don't know about that. I promise you that if you bungle a few social encounters, it won't really hurt anything. No cheating needed. Just relax and have fun. Oh, so this is them saying I don't have to look stuff up to get good endings or whatever. We can access your score time anytime you like with the R1 button. Wow, breaking the fourth wall. That's everything. Ta-da! Unless I carry a controller around for my mobile phone. Okay, but how is any of that supposed to help me get a job? She's gonna be like, who said anything about a job? Yeah, I made down this app because my roomie claims you're a great life coach for the unemployed. What good will taking the quiz off the back of a supermarket checkout rack magazines do with that?
Why, it'll help me understand your spirit, of course.
Okay, so at the end of the game, is it gonna just be like a big recommendation for a job? You can talk to ghosts. Is there a ghost in the room right now? Really, I really am loving this character. This is how I speak, and I'm realizing I'm a bit obnoxious. Am I a ghost? Bum bum ba. You have to tell me if I'm a ghost. That's the rule. Who made the rules?
No, silly. I mean your spirit, your hopes and dreams, your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
I was hoping more of a inflection on romance, like the book from It Takes Two. Help you fix your relationship. I can't do the accent, but those who know. Romance, seriously, often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place, but if you'd rather focus on gaining gainful employment for now, that's fine too. You don't seem too excited about it. Workplace dating. Well, that's a recipe for disaster, and hitting on coworkers right from day one can be kinda awkward. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out of the gate? Never get a second chance to make a first impression. If I meet the right person, why put it off? Well, you could have a second chance to make a first impression if you hit said person over the head with a bat, gave them a concussion, hoped they forgot you, and then say, hi, I'm totally not the person that hit you over the head. That's how you make a first impression in my book. I don't want to handle this new opportunity. Sure, I'm open to the possibility if I meet anyone nice. Let's stay focused. I'll play it cool on day one at least. I'm not interested in romance, Iris. Well, obviously the first one. Come on, we have to ramp it up. I think I'm mature enough to juggle both at once. Why not? Super. And remember, the choice is yours. If you're not comfortable with other people, stay professional. Now let's get started. To finish analyzing your personal history, please authorize me to read your social media feeds and personal information metadata. I wouldn't advise you to do that. Some of it's very sad. And cringy. Aha! I knew it. This is some kind of scam. I'm going to wake up in a bathtub of ice, missing a kidney, and I wouldn't even get paid for it. Sure, I can help you register as an organ donor. Not what I meant. If I'm going to donate an organ, I'm getting paid for it. Even though that's illegal. Oh, you were being sarcastic. Sorry, I haven't quite finished analyzing your personality. I couldn't tell. Relax. I won't share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. And am I authorized? This is the lady that overrided me in the beginning. I know it. Another wonderful Juniper recommendation here. Just like the 17th self-help books on my shelf. Still, 18th time's the charm, right? You know, that's what I always say. Yeah, go ahead.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
This is fire. This is why I wanted to go to the elevator music concert. It's like a festival. It's like Coachella, but instead you feel like... So, do I just stand here, or...
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for waiting. I've identified your dream job and arranged an interview 30 minutes from now. Dang, how'd you get up that quick? Put on some nice clothes, nicer than those. Please, I don't think that's too much to ask. Well, very judgmental of you, Iris. Look at what you're wearing. You're wearing one of those fluffy things. I don't know what they're called. Fluffy collar. I don't know, but you're not a Victorian woman, so maybe don't have the weird puffy thing. And you're not going to, like, prom. What? For your interview, silly, you want to look your best. This is my best. But okay. How did you land my dream job in 20 seconds flat? Simple. I'm awesome like that. Very self-confident robot. She's gonna take over the world. Better not make her vengeful. Now get a move on. Tut tut. You need to catch the 8:20 a.m. bus. And that's 9 minutes away. Why am I up this early? That's a crime. Well, this is happening. But I do have a chance to get off this runaway train. Nobody says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. I could delete the app and go find a real job. That'd be the safest option. I could. Wait, I don't know what to do. Can I save? Okay. Let's stop this before it's too late. I want to see if it's like a fake out. Another person, someone with high standards, would have deleted the app right there rather than hop a bus to meet up with what very likely men with sharp knives and a taste for kidneys. Really got a fixation on kidneys. You know, brains go for a lot more on the black market. And like hearts. But me, I was already getting dressed before she'd finished that sentence. It's not like I believe the silly app's claims of serving my hopes and dreams on a silver platter. Honestly, I expected another shoe salesman job at best. But well, I choose to trust in science. It'll be worth a laugh. What is my dream anyway? What the heck? Let's do this. Like I always say, go with the flow. So yeah, the basic one shows. I don't know, because in this situation I'd probably be like, I'm not going. And I would not think it was funny. I would be stressed out. Maybe in retrospect I'd be like, wow, I was being so stupid, but... I'll go with it's worth a laugh. That's the closest to what... Okay, this is obviously completely ridiculous. A personality quizzing app is going to solve all my life's problems. Yeah, and I'm a Nigerian prince with $1 million. But it satisfied Juniper's whimsy to see this through. And when it crashes and burns, it'll make for an amusing story to tell people. I resolve myself to accept inevitable disappointment, smile in the face of my usual fate, and look for jobs in the paper later tomorrow. Who still looks for jobs in the paper? This is way later, and I don't know, the future supposedly. So why? It's like 40 years later, something like that. It has to be, because it's still in the 20s. So why don't I just Google? Who goes through the, you know, help wanted newspaper section? That's a little old of you. Your age is showing. And as I came to realize weeks later, the amazing story I had to be telling people wasn't to be one of failure. Foreshadowing. Ooh. Penji. The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building, although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. Yeah, this looks like where I'd get stabbed in an alleyway after getting off work. This is, well, it's a strip mall. Strip malls are relics of the 19XX places where a random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many of themselves into a tight of a space as possible. Yeah, they're bad and I hate them. You need to go to an actual mall. Those are the fun places. I just looked up and saw it said boring clothes store. And Wub Sub. I'm getting off track. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore, an arcade, a fast food joint, and a boarded up health spa once called Lattes and Enemas, which sounds like a bad mix. Yeah, that sounds like kind of like an oxymoron.
Hey, listen.
Hey, look, listen. What do you think? I think that's two things no human being should ever combine. No, yeah. No, I mean about your future place of work. Where is the future place? I know it's gonna be an arcade, obviously, but I don't see an arcade unless Funplex is an arcade. I mean, tell me oh, I already read that. I'm desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I working at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books, and I'd rather not be a fry cook. The one in the middle, silly, the Penji barbershop or the boring clothes store? What, behind the arcade? It is the arcade. Huh? Trust me on this. I referenced and cross-referenced and cross-referenced your personality details, personal history, and social media connections. This is your dream job. My dream job. Really?
99.97%.
I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are big businesses in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs. 5-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But well, restaurants are popular too, right? And for everyone who opens one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, a dozen more shut down in failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from peanuts to gold, and sure, those who make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well, no wonder Ira sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always this popular, though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1980X, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as a kid's toy fad, like hula hoops. No mainstream acceptance. I mean, it's kind of mainstream. Accepted now, like, but yeah, it's not as big as arcades were, like, with different age ranges, I feel. I don't know. For instance, one of the factors could have been a terrible game based on a kid's movie about a cute alien visitor who wanted to phone home. Oh my goodness, they're talking about, I know where this picture's from. They're talking about how Atari buried a bunch of E.T. Games because E.T. was so bad. Shade. If this game was complete poop butts, like poop from a butt, and massively overproduced, it ruined video games for years. Gee golly gosh, if it was produced. Could you imagine? Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. The game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory, now. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like for people in the darkest timeline, where everything went wrong. Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? The mind boggles. I mean, it's not too hard to map out. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it only to come up short. Jeez, it makes it sound like applying to an arcade is like applying to Harvard. Considering Iris was tasked with getting me a job I'd enjoy and could keep me for more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. Iris, this isn't me saying no. It's an interesting prospect, but... I mean, are you sure about this? You say you're 99% sure?
99.97%.
Won't this be like my lifeguard job, though? Satisfying, but short-lived. This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deco's Palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in, I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna say never. I've never stepped inside an arcade. Wait, no, I lied. In 2 years. 15 years, I lied. How old am I? Huh, I remember really enjoying arcades when I was a kid. I wonder why I stopped going to them. Iris interrupts that thought, eager to show off her homework.
My sources say yes.
Trust me, when I say it was 99.97% sure, I meant it. That's not some arbitrary number. I'm designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. Yeah, don't be a sexist, me. Feels a little sexist. My coders made me to be warm, personable front of a database array that's currently laser targeted on getting you exactly what you need. Right here, right now. When this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job, what makes you think that's gonna happen? Because it does. It always does. I think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to, I don't know, compromise, settle. Because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. That's why I take things in stride these days. Oof, really hitting home. Does that mean you shouldn't even try? I open my mouth to protest and then close it. As often as my life tends to crumble out from under me, it's not like she was wrong. I still had to try. But this was a joke, right? I mean, I'd assumed it was all a joke when I left the house this morning. I figured I'd have a wacky experience, fail miserably, and then get back to my not-so-funny, tragic life story by lunchtime. And yet, there was something to this, wasn't there? Something I couldn't quite laugh off so easily. So, I opted to push on through those doors and see what waited for me on the other side. Ooh, it was the Funplex. The air conditioner hits me like a cool breeze, albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips. It's like mother's milk. It's like how at Disney they supposedly pump like smells into the air to get people to buy stuff, but they're like nice nostalgia smells. And here they just pump the smell of copper and corn chips. Every kid's dream. As it's early in the morning on a weekday, it's not too packed with gamers. Although it's so packed with games, I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. At once, I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognize most of these games. Neat! Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here from the looks of it, like really old. Although I don't recognize that game with the stage lights and things. Maybe it's karaoke or dancing? A Japanese import? Okay, you've never seen DDR before? That's sad for you.
My sources say yes.
Checking! That would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration of Nahana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubris Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards. Huh? I recognize most of these. Whoa. Is that seriously a Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze? But the one in the middle was the split screen is new to me. Fist of Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat 'em up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of the esports scene for the last 8 years. So in this like timeline, are there no like console games, or is it all still arcades? Because why would arcades still be this popular if it's console games are out? 2 genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Good job. Astute observation, me. Sorry, ma'am. I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. I said that out loud. Also, love the Pac-Man earrings. Immaculate. Oh wait, there's a Pac-Man earring on one side and then a cherry on the other. Oh my goodness. That's so cute. Thankfully, I don't think she even registering me calling her old. She looks up from her netting seated behind the ticket prize redemption desk and offers a wrinkly smile.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
I don't know why she scared me. The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear?
Yeah, and there's a sign inside too. How did I miss this? Like, it was a big neon sign.
Well, I chose to knock off the first 2 words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose.
I should start bleeping it, yeah, instead of saying X. A funplex, is that when you suplex a clown? That's good. A genie on my phone set up a job interview for me. You've been in business for XX years? Okay, I have to go. It's so funny. A funplex, is that when you suplex? Oh, she's gonna finish it. She already heard it before. Yes, I've heard that one before, dear. Yeah, that's nothing more frustrating than that, you know. Considering I've been operating since 1970, bleep, I've heard them all. But it's still nice to see young people with a good sense of humor. And it's nice of you to try to cheer an old lady up. Thanks for making me feel better about falling. That joke just didn't hit. Yes, I heard you call me an old lady. Ooh, snap. Well, it's a factual statement, isn't it? No insult's taken, dear.
Please call me Francine. As in Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it?
Yeah, I haven't heard that one before either.
Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband.
Sounds like she killed him. Or maybe she's a trans icon. And she's just saying that. So people don't know her dead name. Because Francine, Frederick, pretty close together, no? Conspiracies.
Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
I feel like I'm off base. Never mind. One can dream. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with me.
Ooh, get that creepy smirk off your face. I don't want it. I just met you, lady. I don't. Oh, I really hope she says, "Oh, I'm joking." That's information I need to know, yes. I needed to know that for the job. And you are? She's just not gonna address that? Max, ma'am. It's so funny that I'm so stupid. I made the first name and last name the same. On purpose, but that's so stupid. I came here looking for a job. I understand my interview was, prearranged? Yes, the computer did send me a mail about that. I'd almost forgotten. So shall we retire to the office to conduct your interview? I'd carry on out here, but it's rather noisy, isn't it? Imagine working in an arcade for that long and the noises would just get so annoying. Yeah, about that. How do you deal with the constant noise anyway? Oh, eventually you just sort of learn how to filter out all the bleeps and the bloops. It could take weeks to become acclimated, I've found, but in the end, done. She quirks an eyebrow. Well, no, that's faster than the others. Not bad. Oh, the sound effects went out too. Wow, I'm a prodigy. So shall we see what you're made of? This way, please. Okay. Well. Oh, that's the same penguin that was in my apartment. Francine leads me down a back hallway past public restrooms and into a door marked "Employees Only." This looks dastardly for an arcade. You'd think the employee lounge would be a bit more colorful. Maybe their eyes need a break from all the blinding neon. Takes almost straight not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Oh, I get it. That took me a bit there. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy. He's been so overworked lately. Foreshadowing? Who's Gavin? How many people could really work in a rundown arcade? That probably doesn't have that much budget. Please, have a seat and we'll begin. As quirky as this place and its owner may be, at least I'm confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for a dozen jobs and held down 3. I know all the standard questions. I don't know if that's something to brag about. I mean, go off. What are your greatest strengths? No, usually they ask what are your greatest weaknesses too. Yeah, there it is. Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Actually, that job interview must have taken 10 years, because it takes 2 hours to assemble a decently sized Lego set when you're even seeing the instructions. So it must be one of those tiny $10 ones or something. That's a weird, cruel, and unusual test for a job. I want to know what the job was for. Was it being a Lego engineer? Because otherwise that was just uncalled for. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but yeah, exactly. Point is, I'm confident, prepared, ready.
You were a dinosaur. What dinosaur?
And she
would
just
you
comes with a left hook when I was expecting a right, you know? What?
be? If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Okay, before they pop up, I honestly think I don't know that many dinosaurs. I think I'd honestly be a velociraptor because of how short I am. But I'm short and dangerous. Don't test me. I'll shank someone. I don't know how tall raptors were, but I feel like they're around my height. I'm 5'5". What? And Chris Pratt was taller than them in Jurassic Park. Also, don't like Chris Pratt, but that's my only reference. Right, okay, maybe this wouldn't be a typical job interview after all, you think? Those are the best kinds, though, with the weird, the seemingly off-base questions. You just have to roll with it. No problem, go with the flow. Let's do this. I wouldn't be this calm. Okay, I would definitely go pterodactyl from these choices. I always wanted to be a bird, so Wait, no. All dinosaurs are basically birds. Let me rephrase. I always wanted to be a flying bird, so pterodactyl, swooping around, catching updrafts, staying way away from meat eaters. Really? How exciting. Even if technically speaking, pterodactyls aren't dinosaurs. Okay, we don't have to discuss this. But I don't want to have this debate with you.
What's your favorite snack?
I was gonna say something, but I decided against it because it's bad. I don't know what the option's gonna be. I'm just gonna snack. If this was a favorite food question, I'd have this down easy. Tacos. Always tacos. But snacks, that's triggering since I work at Taco Bell. Taco is my trigger word. You say it and it's like a sleeper agent. I just wake up.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Pizza bagels. Say pizza bagels. When pizza's on a bagel, you can have pizza anywhere. Hush you. Come on now, dear. I don't have all day. Well, this was a hard question, okay? I'm not gonna give you some fake answer like chips. After giving a good thought, well, how could I forget my favorite snack? A tasty apple with almond butter lurking the deep. Oh, I don't want to be basic. Okay, well, that's the closest one though. That's what I would pick. I'm not picky really. Whatever calls to me most is what I choose, whether it's flaming hot Cheetos or gummy bears. See, yeah, this is the answer I would have picked. The basic thing just throws me off. Very interesting. I see you go with the flow. A team player. It's kind of my thing. That's way off base for me. I go with the flow, but I'm not a team player. I am a team player, only if I like my team. I'm just gonna stop talking. You know what they say, you are what you eat. Well, then I'm very combustible chemicals. Next question. Nothing I prepared for has helped me plan this odd interview. I brace myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
You know, I really like her. But if there's an option, I would just say I'd kill myself. Because you don't get a prize for winning the zombie apocalypse, so what's even the point? Is this interview for real, or is this a dream? As I look into Francine's deadpan expression, I know she's 130% serious. Yeah, she's looking real deadpan to me. Engineering. I can make stuff. Medical. And hey, no lawyers left to sue for malpractice. To be honest, I'd probably get eaten on day one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably would get eaten on day one. But I'm stuck between medical and this, because I know, like, anatomy and, like, a bit of first aid. Okay, I'm gonna go medical. Medical, definitely. In a world without lawyers, I'm sure I could do a reasonable job. Literally so funny, because I want to be a lawyer. And I'm like, yeah, no lawyers here. I can just do what I want, you know? But seriously, I did have to take a first aid class when I worked at previous jobs. And CPR lessons. That's a great point. Well, yeah. Oh, wait, I was a lifeguard. So I had to know first aid. Doctors and nurses will all be exposed to assorted patient zeros and will be the first ones eaten. People with any medical knowledge will be in high demand and could be the difference between your party living. This sounds like I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons or something. Or like, I don't know. But like, it sounds like Dungeons and Dragons. And dying slowly. And painfully. One more thing.
Why are you here?
Isn't that the question? You know, why are we all here? Why are any of us here? I know that's probably gonna be an option, isn't it? 'Cause that's like the first thing people respond with. They want to be sarcastic. The question is so simple and almost actually relevant to career planning that it takes me off guard. I told you, I came about the job offer.
You're seeking a job, true. But that doesn't really answer my question, does it?
I mean, yeah, I kind of am evading your question.
No doubt. You think my interview questions are a bit silly. But I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks.
Man, I'd really love her as a boss.
Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. But, well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't last long.
Because I killed him.
So I ask you again, why are you here?
This game's about to provoke me to have an existential crisis on my floor. To be honest, I didn't have anything better to do, and I thought it'd be funny. No way I'd say that aloud, though. Strange as this job interview has been, I'm getting a glimmer of hope that there may be something to this. Let's put all jokes aside and actually think this through. It's a fun plex. A plex of fun. And I like fun. That's honestly really stupid. To be honest, I don't know. Not yet. I'm looking for hope. I haven't had much lately. If I don't dare to take risks, I'll be stuck. Confused silence. I'm gonna say I'm looking for hope, because that's like the beginning of the game was about. Understand I'm not whining or looking for pity, but my life has been a complete mess for over a decade. In and out of jobs, taking what I can get, settling, compromising. I gave up on hoping for something better a long time ago, but well, the people in my life who are close to me keep encouraging me to try and chase my dreams. That's why I'm here. I'm looking for the answer to your question. But I won't be daydreaming all the time, I promise. My last job, I was a lifeguard. That takes a lot of focus. I'll be just as attentive in helping your funplex. That perks her attention. Wow, I just pulled a whole monologue out of my pocket. Oh my, a rather serious occupation, that. An unusual step from such troubled waters to a land of make-believe. Which makes Francine smile in turn. I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life, even here. I really like her. Very well, I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. I breathe easier at that. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had, to be sure. And yet, it felt appropriate. Like it was about far more than just filling a slot on the payroll. Francine leads me back to the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurs to me now that I forgot to ask exactly what duties this mysterious job I've accepted really involve. Francine gestures to the seat she was occupying previously. Ugh. I stole behind the prize desk.
Oh, how marvelous.
Welcome to your new position, Max. Sitting here, you mean? Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes. I glanced at the wide array of pencil toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars on display. Well, for prizes at any rate. It's such a relief. I've really been stretching myself thin lately trying to fill in since the position was vacated. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat in here end up quitting? Something about being so bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500 ticket plush dolls down someone's throat.
Oh, such a shame.
She's literally been here for like 50 years or something. And she still doesn't. Poor dear. He just wasn't cut out for this line of work. Grandson or no, I've no patience for such nonsense. Yes, we stand a queen that isn't about nepotism. She said, he isn't doing his job, I'm firing him. I'm sorry. The last person to work this desk was your grandson? Anyway, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle paperwork and all the administrative nonsense. And if you don't mind, all this talking's tired me out soon. Some. I'll be back in the office if you need me. Why am I smiling like a weirdo? Okay then. I adjusted my seating on the semi-comfortable stool leaning against the desk. Beneath me, a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. I could have lost hope then and there that this job would be even slightly more engaging than being a diner dishwasher, but chose to look on the positive side. Okay, so let me get this straight. At your interview, you had to tell someone else how to build Legos without looking at the instructions to prove communication. And it was a dishwasher position, but it wasn't even a dishwasher position in like a fancy restaurant. It was for a diner? What kind of standards do these people have? I'd be helping kids obtain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come. Right? Any minute now. I like the bunnies with the very long floppy ears, like on the left. Oh man, this is boring. Wait, I just immediately started working, like, straight from the interview. That's kind of weird logistically. Also, Iris said to put something nice on, and I'm still wearing the same exact thing. Ooh, this really resonates. I crave the sweet embrace of death. I'm sitting here for 2 hours now, and nobody's walked up to obtain a novelty Funplex shot glass, or a colored pencil set, or a light-up yo-yo. Lunchtime's approaching, and so far the only people walking in and out of the arcade are a few stray adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. Oh no, he works there, I'm pretty sure, because he has the thing on his vest. Where's like a weird corporate dude that's... Because he's kind of giving me Jojo Mart vibes from Stardew Valley. Thankfully, my first customers of the day arrived before I start wondering if one of those 500 ticket plushes could really fit down someone's throat. Dude, I have a really short attention span. This game's really capturing that. It needs to be something engaging. Sorry, I'm checking a text. Alright, I'm back. Alright. Or maybe not. Nope, just walking right on by me, his head buried and reading some sort of spreadsheet off his tablet. Oh, this is Gavin. Was he here to play? Doesn't seem like the typical businessman on a break, or unwashed and unemployed game aficionado. In fact, here's a snappy dresser. Seems like a cool dude. Wow, he seems pretty stuck up. Dang. Hot. That's my kind of guy. I mean, I kind of did like what he was wearing, but he does seem pretty stuck up. Let's go Stuck up. Seriously, is he waltzing into an arcade or some posh club with wings back chairs and foyer de grace served by a dude named Heaves? Jueves? I'm gonna go with Jueves. No, that's how you say eggs. No, that's huevos. Nope, I'm definitely getting all this wrong. Don't. And suddenly, he looks up at me sharply. Whoops, was I making a face at him or something? Dude, how tightly did you get this tailored? Because it's like skin tight. It's like spandex, but with cotton. Hold on a minute. Who are you exactly? Stuck up guy. So if I picked any of the other options, his name would be different, like Snappy Guy or Dang Guy. What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? I am Francine. I had some work done. Why, I am Francine, dear. The wonders of plastic surgery.
I think not.
Out. Now. Relax, okay? I'm Max. She hired me to replace her grandkid. Don't be so stiff. He doesn't look pleased with me jerking him around like that, but nods in satisfaction anyway.
Good to hear.
It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have to work that desk. She's got gusto for an octogenarian and loves working the floor, but sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems wears her down. So she explained the job to you, gave you the papers to sign. She said Gavin would handle that stuff. He's gonna say, I am Gavin. With a sigh, he rubs his forehead, feeling a headache coming on. That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper. I knew it. Also, I didn't know he'd be talking, so I just went with it.
I'm the business manager here at the fun class. I make sure we manage to keep having business rather than the pilot rapidly collapse in fiscal mistakes.
Right, so, as you've no doubt guessed, you'll be exchanging tickets for prizes, but that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that. You're the floor attendant. You attend to the floor. Wait. Oh, what? The carpets?
Seriously?
The floor, the arcade, the games, the patrons. You're the one running around putting out fires and sorting out problems. Technically, you're our second floor attendant. Ashley will be in later, but we need two. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself, but I'm typically busy in the back office making sure the whole thing doesn't fall to bankruptcy. That's why Francine loved filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I'm not a people person, as you've gathered. That's not to say you're alone out here. I'm in your corner, at least. If things go south, you tap me for advice on what to do. You got a phone? Who do you think I am? Of course I have a phone. Of course. Yeah, see? Read my mind. Gavin quickly passed me his business card. He apparently had a stack of them already in his pocket. Go figure. His phone number is listed at the bottom. Why don't we just add each other like normal people? You ever worked a high-pressure customer service job before? Yeah, it's not fun. I'll tell you that. Shoe sales? Smelly socks? You have no idea. Right. Well, you know how to keep your head when a customer doesn't, I hope. But anything goes sideways, you text me. I'm not around, you text Ashley or Naomi. In that order. Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough. Okay, I'm not that stupid. I can remember Ashley and Naomi. See, you just did it right now.
I think not.
Above all, do not bug Francine. She's practically retired. Let her enjoy that retirement in peace. Comprendo. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but comprendo means I comprehend. No? Isn't it comprendus? I need to stop trying to do Spanish. It's bad. It's not my first explosive ordnance test. I've worked retail and food service, and I've worked as a lifeguard at a pool. Yeah, that's true. That's more high stress than arcade. Well, high stakes. I wouldn't say high stress. Managing stress in difficult situations, even life or death ones, is something I've gotten experience in. You can rely on me. Gavin nods approvingly.
Indeed.
Good. I like to hear that. If you can handle yourself and exercise good judgment, you'll last a heck of a lot longer than the last guy who sat there.
If you stay clear and honest with me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimming.
Haha, because I was a lifeguard, get it?
I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
He has like a rip in his gene that I just noticed. But like everything else is so clean cut, it seems out of place. Magical arc of what now? Gavin sighs again, a stress release gesture, but his expression softens somewhat afterwards.
I take it friend Sim told you her theory, that this is more than just a job, more than just an arcade.
That's my understanding.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm hurt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job. Everybody working here wants to. This is where they belong. One reason or another. Me? I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically.
Yeah, I was gonna say, chaos doesn't sound like your best friend.
The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream that shows them. It's a fragile thing, prone to get crushed apart reality.
Spitting facts.
My job is to see to it that never happens.
Okay, well, he's kind of warming up to me.
That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business.
Come on. I hit X like 4 times, please don't. I'm saving real quick. Why aren't you letting me speak? Come on. I don't know why it's letting me. Oh, give me a second. I'm gonna say load. Load that. Hopefully it'll fix it. Oh, come on, man. Why aren't you... Why? Okay. I got it. So you'll find some value in this place beyond your salary or your burnout. Trust me, last guy to sit there burned out hard. I'm gonna put auto on, because I don't know why it's not.
Can I trust you to mess with our merry misfits?
No. I'm still trying to figure out my why. Why so aggressive? I just started here. No problem at all. I'm a model employee. Depending on how you say that, that could be very sarcastic. I'm gonna go honest. Good to hear. Oh, this is way too fast. I feel like, I need to turn off auto. How? So we share similar views then. It'll be a pleasure to work with someone who's actually enthusiastic and competent. Yeah, I don't know why auto's the only thing that will let me go forward. And hopefully this hive of weirdness will help you find your dreams along the way. Anyway, I need to go prepare your paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be here. Dang it. Slow text feed. This is too much. That'd be accurate for wanting to fudge things a bit and work today anyway. It helps out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi likely could use a hand in the workshop. A good opportunity to introduce yourself. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, it sounds like Naomi. Okay. Well, this game is kind of upsetting me because I can't go forward without doing that. Let me go. Oh, also, try Pixel. What does that look like? Oh, I like that better. Help. Let me go forward, you freak. Of course this has to happen in the middle of a gameplay. Let me try plugging in my remote, see if that works. Because when I unplugged it though. Okay, well, guess I have to go on auto and try to... Sounds like Naomi. Her workshop's to the door out there. One next to the UFO capture, the crane game, to use layman's terms. Satisfying now. Gavin heads in the back, presumably to the office, to go crunch the numbers. Francie's really taking a nap back there. Hopefully he's gonna crunch quietly. I mean, yeah, obviously it's like his grandma, basically, from what I can gather. Like, not... like his grandma figure. I'm gonna save again, go to the main... action... technical difficulties. No, why is this still not working? Let's load game. See if it works now. If not, I turn the, you know, thing to I turn both of them to slow, so. Because I don't want to, you know, speed read it. Let's go auto. I wouldn't call Gavin stuck up, I suppose. Honestly, I'm not sure what makes of him. He was blunt like a basketball bat, sure, but he seems to get Francine's ideals. Anyways, I should go meet my new coworkers. This Naomi that he mentioned, although I could swear Francine and I were the only ones here until now. Double door, also marked employees only, or apostrophe. Such a nerd. Leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort. I turn the handle and step inside. Loom tucked between the back offices and the funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken only of in myth and legend. A girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. Huh, I didn't realize it had so many circuits. She doesn't seem to notice me when I come in, too busy soldering a capacitor into place. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air of the poorly ventilated workshop. Excuse me. For lack of a better way to interrupt her. I was worried no matter what I did, she might, I don't know, burn her fingers or jump so high she hits the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense.
Hey, you know this room is for employees only.
She said with no
Are
apostrophe.
you lost? Do you need something?
I'm the new floor attendant starting today.
Oh! Hi. I didn't realize Francine already found someone.
Okay, I like her so far.
I guess I forgot to check my text. Oh, whoops.
I want to meet everyone though before I decide who I like. She sprays a glance on her phone, on the nearby workbench where a huge stack of re-notifications messages lie in wait. Okay, so from what I can tell, there's like, it's gonna be 6 people maybe? Or 5, I don't know. It's really annoying I have to do this now to get through the text. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her. No wonder I didn't notice her till now. She was totally focused on the task at hand. Always assumed retro arcade nerds were fat middle-aged guys. That's really mean. Oh my god, she's so cute. I want to hug her, but that would be super inappropriate. Yeah. I am but a weak-willed human being. One who grew up feeling, oh, dang it. What'd that say? I'm a weak-willed human being. One who grew up feeling mighty funny whenever I saw Velma from Scooby-Doo. That's so funny. Velma was definitely a lot of people's cartoon crush, obviously. Nerds need love too, you know, and when I moved from school to school, a social outcast, I was drawn to fellow outcasts in turn. Like, I'm still trying to mess with it to see if I can get it to work. Give me a second. The screen's probably gonna go blank for a second. Okay. Good. Hopefully it's back now. Oh no. Nope, still not working. This is a weird bug. I mean, let me go to history. Still, beyond my weird libido, mostly I notice how much she's smiling as she welds that little thing onto the bigger thing. Yeah, soldering is fun. And holding up a torch is also fun. Okay, I don't know. She's just so happy and at peace, and I can appreciate.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Fun Flex's techie. Hi! Pleased to meet you.
Okay, I like her.
Inspector Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the music down. He's busy doing strange things with numbers.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
Girl, you say it like I know what happened last time. Yeah, what happened last time?
Oh, well, I dropped it.
Well, I gathered. Yeah, alright. She helps me lift a large cathode, I can never figure out how to say this works. Ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place in the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back into other wires. There's a surprisingly large number of green circuit boards in that largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen one of those things. It's weird. Lots of empty space. A couple large slabs of circuits. Why is it so empty in here? Maybe we could fill it with the nacho dip. It's my first time seeing the guts of the game. Fill it with nacho dip, obviously. Let's back with some thick, tasty guac and have a nacho party. Yeah. She's gonna be like, no, that's my baby.
No.
Speaking of someone who had to clean rat droppings out of a rescued cabinet, trust me when I say that's a horrible, horrible idea. Tasty. Well, there goes my appetite. Yeah, it reminds me of the, like, lady that went famous for drinking, like, punch out of her toilet. Although the growling in my stomach suggests it won't be gone for long. Naomi keeps working using a pocket multimeter to check various connections as we chat. Seriously, why is it so empty? It's a matter of form over function, I'd say. Why is it not? I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese candy cabs are shorter, so you play sitting down, but I prefer American style. Ours have more room for art. Yeah, that's like the only time I'd agree there, like the American version. I mean, Japanese arcades are still way cooler, but the one plus is the standing and the shape, you know, of just the classic arcade, like with the joystick, not like the really cool ones with more interactive stuff. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on the key ring at her side, then steps back to admire her handiwork. That's genuine joy in that smile. Not just a job well done, but looking at the whole thing, it's like a fine sculpture.
So beautiful.
Oh, I love the classic Midway style. Look at those sharp angles. The side art decals, the bold font on the marquee, the bezel artwork. The what on the what and the what artwork? With a sigh, me points out key features to me. The strip across the top with the game title, that's marquee. Well, yeah, that's the only word I knew from what he said. Because, you know, movie theaters, it's fancy. The artwork that wraps around the monitor, that's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is, working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel, its own experience. Nerd. As for me, well, bunch of weird looking boxes in a row look ugly. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna say that, that's just mean. I mean, I did just say that I really liked it, you know? The way she starts loving like this, well, honestly, this box of wood and circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff, I think I understand. It was meant to be one whole thing. The art, the style, and of course the game itself. All of it part of the same experience. Everything about the game is the game. If you run it on an emulator or on a game console instead, it's made lesser. See, I agree, this is why I bought a Wii from eBay. Emulators just aren't this, it's never the same. That's why you have to get, like, if you're gonna get an emulator, or not an emulator, if you're gonna get, like, ROMs and stuff, get it for the console you're playing on. You know, with DS, I just recently got an R4 card, and that's fun. Yeah, I definitely, yeah, get it. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way. Oh, good. Naomi lights up with joy like a pinball machine, all twinkly and shiny. Finally, so few people really understand the beauty of a classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk to about this stuff is gonna be great. You're great. Especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers. Gavin, what's wrong with Gavin? Okay, well, don't get me wrong. I can get along with him, generally, but his whole attitude just, ooh. Oof. Oh, yeah, that's the noise I was going for. All he really cares about is money. Keeps the arcade running, yeah, but I just know if he had his way, he'd gut the whole place. Oh, look at that face. If anyone's gonna ruin the funplex, it's him. Mark my words. It's inevitable. That doesn't sound right. He seemed easy enough to get along with. And what's more, Gavin gave me the whole speech about protecting their dreams. This seems like a pretty sore point in here. A long-standing argument with the new guy really shouldn't get involved with it. And yet, I'm involved, aren't I? I have to work with both of them. So I'm not really sure if I should prod at it. But I kind of want to know too. Yeah, because I'm nosy. Clear the air. I want to clear the air and find out more. I get this is touchy, but I'm going to work here. I think I should all be honest with each other. No gossiping. So, I gotta know, why do you think Gavin wants to destroy the arcade? He buys into Francie's... Oh, whoops. He says he does, but he's willing to sacrifice way too much just to keep the whole thing afloat. Road to hell, best intentions, etc. The ends justify the means theme is coming back up again. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. he had his way, the place would be like Deco's Palace, nothing but ticket games and prize catchers. Ooh, that's the place I mentioned earlier. I think actual video games are too expensive. A waste of floor space. I bet he'd remove them all if he had his way. I just don't trust him. I don't trust him to do the right thing. But that's my problem, not yours. Sorry to drop gossip on your head like this. Thanks for hearing me out anyway. Alright, let's get back to work, shall we? Now for the less fun part. You seem a strong, strapping kind of guy. Well, a strong guy at least. That's disrespectful. Well, you're a guy. That's enough. Okay, that was both affirming and disaffirming. That was like dysphoria and euphoria at the same time. I'm semi-assaulted then? Yeah, I feel the same way. Okay, let's get to it. Right, a little to the left now. My left, your right. Careful. Now forward, right. Correct, I mean, not turn to the right. Keep it coming, and... There. Careful. Carefully. Victory! I gently ease that rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box slotting into place alongside its neighbor. The two-wheeled dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy. Especially with Naomi fretting over a baby getting scratched, or worse, falling over. I really like her. Give me a second. Checking something. Alright. Sorry, I was getting a sandwich out of the bag. I got a sandwich from earlier. Please try to forgive the food noises. I'll try to eat as quietly as possible. Alright. But with the work done, she's all smiles again.
Yeah.
Okay, glad to be done with that one. I swear, I've been working on that monitor for ages. Those tubes are finicky as heck. And I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback, but... thanks for helping me out. I think you're gonna do just great here. Happy to... oh! Alright, stomach growling. Food required. I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch. Oh, we done?
Pizza on a bagel.
Oh my gosh, not the pizza on a bagel. Again, I forgot that every time I mention food, she brings this up. Shh. Iris, shut it. Any good restaurants in walking distance? No, not really, unfortunately. Are we gonna share? I mean, there's a cheap web sub, but even if the stuff there is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need to eat healthy. Don't tell me what to do. I know, wait right here. Are we gonna share? Off to her hidey hole. She's back from her hidey hole. Lunchtime, here you go. Aww. Gives me a boxed lunch. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom, who learned from her mom back when they lived in Japan. That's cool. Rice and pickles, all sort of good, healthy things. Weird choices for healthy things? Wait, you're giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? Yet when I first walked in, she was super uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What do you have then? Did I not call it? Totally giving me her lunch. Oh, I can just get some nachos from the vending machine or go hit the whole story. Are you kidding me? She's getting vending machine nachos, but we can't go to Subway or Wubsub or whatever. You said eating healthy was important. Hypocrisy. Yes, she was looking for an excuse to get junk. That hypocrite. Alright. Reminds me of friends in high school. We seem to think alike in a lot of ways. I think we'll get along just fine. But am I silly to hold out hope for, I don't know, more? Ooh. Okay, I'm done with the eating, I promise. First day on the job, get your head on straight. And yet she did give me her lunch. Me, a total stranger. Gotta be there, something there, right? Me convincing myself. So a bento box. I've seen these in anime. It's cute, and hopefully has plenty of calories too. Armed with a box of healthy food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my munch on. The room where I had my bizarre job interview will suffice for food times. It's not much, a few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpacked my lunch. Not the music. This is Ashley, right? Incoherent screaming. Coherent screaming. Await death. Incoherent. When my mind and body scream wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from the vision of terror before me. Oh wait, I want to check my stats. I'm at top stats with all the people I've met so far. Oh, that's weird. I'm more kind than funny. What is this? What? What? Okay. With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from the vision of terror before me. The half-person, half-animal waves their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Anyone in there? See, nothing to be afraid of. Ah, right. I see. Ashley. Looks like you've stabilized. I was worried I scarred the life right out of you.
Hey, so...
Sorry if I traumatized you, really.
You. Really?
Oh, I didn't know she was gonna start talking.
Can we start over, maybe?
This has to be Ashley, right? I don't think many people work here.
I'm Ashley.
And, oh, the button finally started working again. And I'm Max.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
Is it bad to say she looks like an Ashley? What the Funplex what now? Yeah, that's a really random mascot to choose, but I guess so is a mouse. So, I guess. It's almost too much to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Naomi was off the scale cheerful. I met some really intense people so far.
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
Yup, you know it. I just realized that the eye holes are literally in the side of the flamingo's head. That's not creepy at all. Me? No.
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex, after all.
Why is she blushing? Girl has a bit of a big head, not gonna lie. That's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
Like 2 hours ago? Today? This morning to be specific.
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
Would have been way cooler if you were just so enamored with the chibi flamingo creature plastered on every wall that you have to get to know more. Ooh, she liked me. She was like intrigued.
Let's see.
Could have stealthily maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right onto the employees only door. How'd you get the door code?
Ooh.
Of course. You would have collected the password on a piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pocket. You searched your heart and decided that 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed.
Let's see.
Next, you needed to lie and wait for the opportune moment to punch in that secret code, just to find me. It just keeps going and going. I'm definitely saying, is this how I come across to people as a creepy trespasser? Or wait, does that sound kind of mean? No, I'm gonna say that. Wow, this can be off-putting. I guess if this job doesn't work out, I could always start a life of crime. How would you snuck out, I wonder? I could have helped. But for a price? Interesting. Tell me more. She finally realizes she's been babbling. Whoops. Oops. Whoopsie-daisy. Sometimes I get swept up in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting. Is it really that dull here? No, not really. I just crave a different kind of excitement than beeps and boops, screaming children, and broken machines. You're not really painting the best picture here. Ah, geez, I don't mean to be a downer. I just want to move up in the world. I've got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplay to make. Cosplay? As we switch topics, it's like she's a completely different person. Ashley's eyes light up and she smiles. Yeah, you know, like dressing up as your favorite video game or TV character. I love it. So I know about anime, but not cosplay. This doesn't make sense. So empowering to be able to make your own costume and wear it proudly. It's even better when people recognize what character you are. Empowering? Really? Why am I being such a hater? Granted, she certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few beats. Ooh.
Yes!
Definitely, you want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. In fact, I made this one. Girl, you shouldn't be bragging about the 2 eye holes you poked in the side. Like, it's a really good costume, but why did you... The practical design isn't really great. Practical application. I think Ashley's pointing at her flamingo costume, but it's a little hard to tell with her hands as feathers. So Pinky is your creation intentionally? I'm so mean. And she's just deflecting it. She's like, oh, you're just curious. You're just complimenting me, obviously. Yeah. It looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it? I'm gonna go, I'd probably stitch my hands together. My thumbs when it comes to stuff like that. Literally. If I get enough thread running between them. I'm pretty impressed though. Everyone's going on about craftsmanship of games. Clearly you're digging on craftsmanship of costumes. Aw, thanks. It's nice when hard work is appreciated. I've been around the Funplex to liven up the crowds. Gets people adored to play some games. And the kids seem to adore it. That makes sense. Although our arcade has been completely dead so far. No crowds to pump or kids to be adored by. Hey, secret between you and me? Shut up. No, she's gonna say that to me. I wasn't telling her to shut up. Ashley motions for me to come closer. She leans in, glances around the room once, and then talks in a hushed tone. Does my character not realize that it's like 10 a.m.? Of course people aren't there. I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. I had to re-stitch the left arm and I was giving her an old test strap to make sure it doesn't fall off. Limbs falling off seems bad. Oh, it was. Yesterday I was dancing with a little girl. Must have been like 5, 6 years max. Anyway, we were next to the Showtime stage when she tugged on my arm and whoosh! Off came the arm. The girl instantly started bawling. Well, at least you are consistently scaring people, and it's not just me.
No.
Hey now! I don't want that to happen again. I felt so bad. But not about me. What about you? So you're Carl's replacement? I guess so. I'm the new floor attendant. I attend to the floor. The floor is the thing I am attending to when I'm not going into cardiac arrest. At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure. Can't wait to go home and tell Juniper I do have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud. This character is just identifying with me way too much. I assume you've already met Francine. But have you had the chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet? I literally talked about Naomi, like, to her face. So, bad memory, Flamingo Pinky. Yeah, I met them already. Although it seems like they aren't too keen on each other. Right? Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh. I wish they would hurry up and make out already. Yeah. Wait. What? Seriously? So are they going out? Nope. But they always bicker like an old married couple. Classic anime cliche. The ones who fight always end up together. Mark my words. Consider them marked.
Beep, beep.
Yeah, if I go after Naomi, those words aren't gonna be marked. Beep beep. Beep beep. What's that sound? Drat. I set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to get back to the grindstone. I didn't even get a chance to eat.
What? No.
That's no good. You need calories. You eat up. I'll go watch the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander the floor a bit. Fair enough. Thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhuman mask. So I'm wolfing down rice in the shape of a little heart. Wow. It occurs to me I didn't actually ponder my first impression of Ashley yet. Let's see. She's pretty amazing. I like her enthusiasm. Ashley's got a lot going on in the head of hers. I just don't understand it all. She's a total cutie. I'm all aboard the Pinky train. Choo-choo. Okay, I'm just gonna... Yeah. I'm a little shocked at how creative and fun Ashley is. I've never met anyone like her with so much gusto in life. I have to spend more time with her. A little of that passion will rub off on me too. Anyway, with lunch in my belly and break time complete, the second half of my workday begins. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out. School's done, and late rising pros are heading out to their arcade of choice. With Ashley covering the desk, my job is to wander the floor looking for problems, or potential problems, or just making sure everything's a-okay. But for starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts. Get off on the right foot with some of my coworkers, and the wrong foot with others. A mixed bag, let's say, but not awful. I need to make sure I get along with these people. They're going to be a part of my life, one way or another. And if Francine's willing to pink slip her grandson, well, I'm expendable. I should be careful. Hang on. No time for daydreaming. I think I spot, let's see, 3 possible issues to look into. I should have time to get down to all of them, but what should I tackle first? An irate customer near Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, someone cursing up a storm at Fist of a Discomfort, a loud crowd around Showtime's stage. Let's go irate customer. My mutant floor attendant senses detect danger from the hand side of the arcade. I quickly rush all 30 feet to the scene of the crime, already in progress. Come on! Angry Rando, by the way, that's his name. Act. ATK. That's what's on the shirt. Attack. This was an RPG, that'd mean attack, so maybe that's what it means. Hurry the bad words, beep 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 beep, up and finish your game. You, do you work here? I saw you behind the desk earlier. Note to self, ask Gavin for a name tag or something. Yes, I'm Max, floor attendant. Well, stop attending to the carpets and attend to me. I want this beep 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 to wrap up his dang game so I can play. Ashley's face is obscured between her costume's mask, but I can feel her wince as the man curses up a blue streak. Sir, there are children present. Please keep the swearing to a minimum. You kick these fat piece of beep 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 off this game, and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb all you want. Figuring out to hear the fat piece of bup side of the story before rushing to a judgment, I tap the player on the shoulder. He doesn't even notice. So I tap again. Twice. Sir, there are other players waiting to give Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze a spin. Curiously, the player looks up at the game's marquee. Thank you, Naomi. Which simply reads Moopy. You know the game's full name? Sure, I played it a lot when I was a kid. It's actually called Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, right? Wizards and pellets and monsters and stuff? Yeah. Bit terse as he laser focused on the game, and I can see why. He's currently sitting on 714,900 points. Holy crap, that's a heck of a high score. Or, as this other guy would probably put it, holy wah, that's a wah of a high score. Excuse me. Right, sir. Can you please wrap up your game? Nope. I'm keeping good pace here. Plenty of lives stocked on par for getting close to the world record before the kill screen. Somehow the thick arcade jargon sounds classier when draped in his British accent, like I'm watching some documentary how do they say it? I think it's just program, right? On the BBC. I didn't know he's British. Now I have to attempt a British accent? What the heck? Yeah, but this is a public arcade. Other folks want to play games too. Finishes clearing the current board while pondering the predicament. Okay. Alright. Alright, what's all this then? I'm really bad at British accents. Foreshadowing. At first, I think he's stepping away to end this game, but he's letting his stock of 50 extra dudes slowly deplete as he pulls out his wallet. Without pause, he pulls out $3,000 in cash and holds it out. Will this cover it? For a moment, I flash back to the movie where some dude pays another dude to sleep with his wife and they roll around in bed covered in money and, cover what exactly? Raw cash in one place at any given time. It's not even 20s. Dude's rolling in Benjamins. One moment please. On it. Fortunately, Iris already had my messenger app open for me with Gavin's contact info preloaded. With trembling fingers I key in, customer wants to buy Moopy for 3K. What do? In less than a minute I have my response. Considering we paid 200 for it plus parts, yes. Absolutely yes. Sell that relic immediately. Well, okay then. Though, how's Naomi gonna react to this? Offloading one of her darlings just because Gavin wants to make a 15-fold profit. Feels kind of weird to be taking advantage of this guy's lack of grasp on the real costs of old arcade machines. Knew all this workplace drama was gonna catch up to meet me at some point, but with this rando breathing down my neck, I gotta make a decision. I'm gonna go with Naomi here, obviously. It's an older game, and it actually only costs us around $200, but well, it's part of the arcade, sir. Expect this apparent gazillionaire to protest on not getting his way. But he's smiling. You're right. This is Mr. Moopy's home, after all. This is embarrassing. Let's compromise. I'll pay you $1,000 American and own the game, but you'll keep it here. And in return, I get to play it as long as I want, provided nobody's already playing. That way, I can keep chasing the score, but your arcade stays whole. Hate to break up a loving family. Naomi will be relieved to hear that. Even if Gavin may flay me for passing up $2 grand, I'm definitely gonna keep the 1K for myself. Good, I'd hate to make Naomi cry. How can I live with myself? Which leaves the rando hopping mad. To be fair, we have been kind of ignoring that he exists. What the? Wah, man. What kind of arcade is this anyway? Wah. I'm going to Deco's Palace. And we just lost a customer stopping his way out of the door. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On the plus side, Naomi won't cry. On the negative side, I just drove a random out into the cold.
What a disagreeable fellow.
What a disagreeable fellow, mate. As for the player, well, he goes right back to playing. Eating pellets, zapping ghost monsters, clearing mazes. With the crisis behind us, I can actually focus on who this gonzo rich guy actually is. No. He seems to care about more than just his game. Splashing around in cash, aren't we, Mr. Moneybags? Thinking that ball would. No, I think I'm just gonna be friends. Seems to care about more than just his game. Pay for someone walling around in the lower tax bracket. The rich can do whatever they want, whenever they want. And yet, that's not what this guy did. He could have, but he let us keep the game here. He just wanted to play, that's all. And why? Because of Naomi. Because of the Funplex. It's a home and a family for the games and for us. Maybe it's for the best I sent that rando out the door in favor of this guy. So, you know Naomi? He's happy to talk even while playing.
Of course. I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy.
Percy. Of course, I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy.
I'd hazard you're our new floor
Percy.
attendant. I was here when Francie seated you behind the desk over here.
Percy. That's me, Arcade Wrangler.
Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
I look forward to getting to know you better. So, you've seriously just been playing Moopy all day, huh?
What can I say? It's my calling.
What can I say? It's my calling.
Actually owned a movie cabinet once. Had it in my flat. But playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same. I need the atmosphere.
Yeah, agreed. The beeps and the boops.
No, those you eventually learn to filter out. I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids, the feeling of being in an arcade. I score my best when I'm in real-world conditions. It's all about the emotions, laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around to play at my finest.
Naomi gets that. She keeps Moopy in top condition for that day I eventually land my high score. What's the current world record then? About 3.5 million, mate. This guy's been standing here since I was working the morning shift, hours and hours, and he's only about 720k into his game. Can't imagine him being in anything but top health condition to try this. Guy's gotta have legs made out of carbon fiber and a bladder of tungsten. I just let a few extra lives drain out whenever I need to go pay. Also, he may be psychic. I feel like I should get him back to his game, but burning questions. They burn with fire. My brain's an arsonist, and the questions are just the Molotov cocktails. You must have a solid job. So, gonna get your Moopy dipped in the gold? Your score is more important than your bank balance? I'm gonna go dipped in gold. If it was me tossing around green like that, I'd have my game coated in solid gold and encrusted with diamonds. Gold's heavy, probably break through the floor. I'm mentioning money, he loses interest. Not that he's annoyed, he's just far more focused on his maze than any financial tips. But you know it'd be shiny, right? Right? Huh?
Don't think so.
I don't throw around money to impress people. Money removes obstacles, nothing more, nothing less. It's a tool like any other. I do day trading, stocks and bonds, but I'm here for Whoopi, not to offer fiscal advice. Right. I feel like I sound more Australian than British, but we're just going with it. My ill-fated attempts at humor piffling out, I decided to let it go. He's getting more and more distracted by the game. By the end, he sounded more like the high-scored junkies you hear about in documentaries. Obsessed, driven, kinda strange. That's not the impression I had from the beginning. He smiled when talking about not splitting up the arcade. There's something more going on here, but well, he's a Funplex regular. There'll be plenty of time to learn more later. I've got work to do. Let's see what to handle next. Let's go cursing up a storm. Just go in order. There's a lot of shouting coming from the center of the arcade where Fists of Discomfort is being played. I remember Iris telling me about it earlier today while I was bored to death at the ticket desk. Fist of Discomfort. Back to the accent. I don't need to be in an accent. Fist of Discomfort, or FOD, is one of the most popular games in the esports circuit. It's been a staple of the scene for over 6 years. 1 year, Team Wicked Prodigies took on the Unreal and came back to win in the dying seconds of a tiebreaker match to take home a record $5 million prize pot. That's a lot of moolah. And how? Okay, so how does it work? It's a hybrid of real-time strategy and button mash brawling. But that's the action part. The strategy part involves using special abilities. FOD is sheer elegance in its simplicity, the way the different game systems interweave to form one masterpiece of esports perfection. So, summon good ninjas, punch bad ninjas, smash doja. I dropped my pillow. Where'd you go? There it is. I'd say boiling down a rich game of action and strategy played by the world over by top gamers in such a way is a bit degrading, but sure, okay. All of which is super interesting and stuff, but right now, all I care about is dealing with the loudmouth currently playing the game. The closer I get...
What the f?
Ooh, 2 more love interests, I gather. Possibly. Nope, these are definitely all words my mother would disapprove of. You've got to be me. There's no bleep way that is even possible. Those hitboxes don't even connect. Whack this game. Whack it all night long. Haha, get red. Oh, this is far from over, scrub. I saved up a little something extra for you. I've been baiting you into attacking my sensei, which you fell for. Hard. Oh hey, did I forget to mention that I bought an extra ultimate technique scroll from my dojo? Whoops. My B. Wait, what? You haven't been farming. How could... XP share technique with creep waves. Take this. 5-fold explosive death claw technique. What? How did you defeat me? No. Haha, you fell into my trap corn.
Oh, GG.
Fodder.
No one can defeat me, Queen Bee.
Queen Bee. Is that her real name? My dry eyes painfully blinking makes me realize I've been standing here watching intently during that whole exchange. Not 100% sure it just happened, but that didn't matter. I was completely sucked in. Couldn't turn my eyes away. It's like watching a train wreck. I mean, if the train was the arcade game and the wreck was that guy's voice. Dang it, why do I keep doing that? The W words are just messing me up. It was like a twain whack where your mommies took you to the twin.
Hey, kid. What are you staring at?
I'm not a child.
Never seen a champion of my caliber before?
I know you tower over me, but... seeing as I don't know how to begin to start to even consider how to respond to her questions, I have to take a moment and collect my thoughts. Me? Some talent of L7 Gaming, an arcade esports team. She's the most direct, fierce person I've met all day. That's saying a lot considering who I've run into so far. She'd be fun to hang out with. Why so rude though? What a soul ruiner. Talk about a dominating personality. Why do I have to pick all the weird ones? But I have to pick it, you know? Look, let's be frank about this. I know my taste. Queen Bee's got the whole package. The sass, the dirty mouth, and keen fashion sense. Ooh, be still, my subservient little heart.
Hey, don't just stand there all weird and quiet-like. It's creepy.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, she's snapping at me.
So, are you gonna quarter up or not?
Oh, I like her. I think I like it for her. I'm gonna save here.
Think you can best the hottest rising star of L7?
Probably. What I've seen, I know I couldn't best a scrub, let alone a professionally competitive player of this game. Nope. No, thank you. Plus, I'm not sure I'm allowed to play games while I'm working.
You work here?
Yes, me. And what's your job? Hassling me? I'm actually pretending to work here. Shh. I enforce arcade law within this noble funplex. Okay, I have to do the nerdy one. You bet. In fact, I was just hired earlier. I'm the new floor attendant. If the game meets your quarters, come to me. I like how I have no guts. Literally. Funny and kind, I mean, I guess. Oh, I only have half the hearts with Ashley. I got the same amount with Percy. What the heck? You bet. In fact, I was just hired earlier. Oh, I already read that. Ha 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 ha. Wait, you're serious? Okay then, welcome aboard this runaway train.
Hey, they haven't given you a name tag yet. How am I supposed to know who you are?
I think that was a weird tactic to have me introduce myself there. I'm Meeks. I did technically just start working here 6 hours ago. It might take some time to issue me a name tag. Maybe they need to send a carrier pigeon to an ancient monastery where name tags are forged in a vast clay oven. Nah, Gavin's just slacking big time. I'll talk to that silly boy for you, make sure you get some proper respect. Thanks? Getting some or Lady Dimitrescu vibes. I am torn about who to go for now. No problem. We gamers gotta stick together.
I'm Queen Bee, by the way. Aggro-style FOD lane pusher specialist for L7 Gaming.
I figured that when you put your arms over your head and cheered and shouted, "No one can defeat me, Queen Bee."
Hey, I do not sound like that.
I read it exactly how I read yours.
Well, maybe a little.
Yeah. I'm one of the regulars around here. Besides Purr, and Tia. You'll be seeing a lot of me in the future. Ooh. We'll be seeing a lot of each other. Hope you last longer than the last guy. Oh great, now she's even making my job into a competition. Hope there isn't a betting pool too. You look like a smart kid. You've seen one of my many streams on the internet, right? Just on the internet, not like Twitch or YouTube or something. Nope, I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Whoa.
Really? Have you been living under a rock for the past decade? If you consider a small yet formidable apartment a rock, then yes. Oh, you sweet child. You are so innocent and pure. Come, let me show you the path to darkness that is the internet. Nope. Sure, I'd like to learn more. Will it hurt? Or traumatize me? I'm torn. On one hand, I'm curious. On the other, I'm slightly worried as to what I'm going to get myself into. Exposing myself freely to the horrors of the internet seems unwise. Please. Promise it's not going to hurt. Grabs my arm and pulls me closer to the fist of discomfort cabinet. And upon further inspection, see the whole haphazard pile of tech she's rigged up. You can't just plug one of these cabs into the internet, so I use a number of clip-on webcams and mics and stuff. That webcam there, it broadcasts my own personal PC back home, which then streams matches live to all my fans. That chat room appears on my phone. Costs a bit to put everything all together, and it takes like half an hour to rig up and test each morning. But after doing this here for a couple of years, it's easy peasy. Aside from Naomi grinding her teeth at my clip-on cameras damaging the paint job, I mean. Anyways, I prefer to stream from the Funplex rather than home. There's just so much masala on sitting by your lonesome with the console version of FOD. The crowds, the wicked trash talk, the community. Wait, are you broadcasting live right now? Are we live now?
No way.
Ha 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 ha. Beep. No, that was part of my warm-up matches. Got a pretty big tournament coming up, so I try to keep getting as much practice as possible. Even if it is with a bunch of fodder. As in FOD'd or as in, you know, chum. Lunch meat. Scrubs. Losers. I got the idea, yes. Queen Bee sees something on the corner of her eye and glances across the arcade floor. She gives a nod to someone hanging out near the Street Fighter cabinet. Ah, my crew is starting to trickle in. We should be starting team practice soon. Wait, what time is it? I tell them the time will be 2:25 p.m. Eastern.
Beep,
Beep beep.
what the?
I gotta go live in 5 minutes. Listen, kid, it's been swell. We'll chat later, right? Sure, one thing. Can you keep the swearing down at least a little? We got kids around here, and I don't want you to get in trouble with Gavin. Him, meh. But for you, I'll keep it to a PG-13 rating. Now, if you excuse me, there's some butts out there I really need to kick. Later. With a wave and a twirl, she completely abandons me and returns to her Fist of Discomfort game. Queen Bee fires up her broadcast rig, and the shouting and milder swearing starts up again. Should probably get out of here before I accidentally end up on stream. Is it wrong for me to crave being stepped on by her? Hey, I gotta be me. Excuse me? You can't just say stuff like that. Even if it's true. We've got good chemistry so far. Note to self, check with Gavin about the ethics of dating your customers. Not that I'm committing to anything here, just, you know. Dang it, I only got half with her, too. Let's see what they handle next. Wait. Yeah, there's only one more person. I bet you it's gonna be the other regular that they said is here, Teo. I bet you this is gonna be Teo. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see that people do come to the arcade, but that's quite the crowd that's assembling. Like, larger than Queen Bee's team was. Rowdier, too. Must be against some fire code or safety protocol or something, right? Speaking as a citizen that enjoys living, having an escape route in case of emergency is necessary. Time to clear the way and pave my own path of safety. As I approach, I see neon lights. Auditory flashback right back to 1980. Bleep! Can't help but nod my head to the beat. Cheering at the current player. Showtime Stage is an ultra-modern and arcade smash hit. Uses motion tracking sensors hidden behind the color spotlights to check dance buzz accuracy and score your sweet moves. Pure Dance Fever. Can you catch the fever, Max? I had my dance fever shot at the doctor's office earlier this season. As the dance ends, one of the players hops down from the stage and immediately starts talking to a young man leaning up against the back wall. Did you see that, Teo? I got my first AA on Stop the Beat.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, dude, you're doing great. Remember last month? You couldn't even pass that song. Totes impressive. Gonna keep practicing. One day, maybe even surpass you. Hey, I hope what you do. When you do, you can be the one who brings in new dancers and teaches them how to play. As the new song starts, my eyes shift from the conversation to observe the gyrations and intricate limb movements coming from the Showtime stage. Feel my head bobbing and my foot tapping. Hey, it's a really catchy song. Can you blame me? Getting really into it when I feel a hand on my shoulder.
Care to dance?
What about you? Want to take the spotlight? Ew. What, in public? I think not. Not one for dancing with strangers. You know what dancing leads to? Me falling on my face. Not where I thought that sentence was leading to. In front of all these people. Either that or one of my customers enjoying a trip to the emergency room with a shattered foot. Rather not horribly embarrass myself right now. Let's save that for later.
Bummer.
It's a downright shame, but you can't blame me for trying. How could I resist asking guys such as yourself? Caught my eye the moment you walked over.
Wait. You're new here, right?
Yes, very.
Name's Mateo, but everyone here just calls me Teo.
Tails the best. Woo woo. Greatest guy here. He's sort of like our, leader. Yeah?
Oh, please, I'm nothing really.
He looks directly into my eyes.
Nothing as special as you.
Jeez, why couldn't the other girl be like this?
I just like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play. Our community is small, but we're all super close. I think you'd be a perfect addition to our gang.
I feel like I'm being harassed.
So, what do you say? Play our silly dancing game?
This dude sounds familiar. I feel like his voice in anime. Teo outstretches his arm to me, waiting for my hand to grab his. Shake your head no, politely decline. Okay, I still want to be friends with him, so I'm gonna go for it. You know what? Sure. Wasn't sure about this guy, but Teo's persistence and spirits are infectious. Who cares if I mess up horribly, fall down, and crack my skull open? Why not try 20XX hottest dance game? Even if I technically don't know how to play that. Sure, why not? I'm just gonna skip some of this because I want to get to a savable place, you know, like the end of the day or something.
Hello there.
Stop blinking at me. All of these are kind of mean.
Well,
Whoa, that... I don't want to have full hearts with him and not Queen Bee. I just picked the one that was least mean.
didn't mean to cause any trouble. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know. Hey, you should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time.
Really, you can't dance someone else.
No problem.
Okay, I'm just trying to get to the end of the day. Actually, we're a few hours from closing time, so my work isn't quite done, but you know.
Good day.
Not a bad first day so far. Keeping tabs on you, well, others have been, and they've been texting me. You know, you should consider getting a proper group chat app going. I've got a crappy phone plan. My texts aren't free. Valid point. I'll look into that.
Impressive.
I'm impressed with how you handled yourself. I think you're gonna work out just fine. Anyways, I've prepared your paperwork, and if you'd like to go sign it and make this working relationship a bit more above board.
Yeah.
So you're staying? Please tell me you're staying. I mean, I fed you and everything. Francine hasn't fired him yet, right? An adorable nightmare joins the impromptu staff gathering. Max is off to a great start. Here's your first day, followed by many, many more. Don't you two have jobs to attend to? Just ordered a replacement power supply for Robotron. Nothing left to do for the day. Not many kids around for me to entertain. Finally, a quiet moment. My dream job isn't going a mile a minute since I got here. Is it my dream job? I told Francine I was looking for hope. I've been so used to life dumping all over that I've come to expect the worst generally. And yet, I can't say the Funplex has dumped on me. It's been hectic at times, a little too much, but not really in a bad way. I'm starting to get along with my coworkers. I'm helping people with their problems. Maybe I'll find the hope I was looking for after all. Got a few hours till closing, and it's nice and quiet. How about we game a bit? Speak for yourself, I still got paperwork to handle. Oh, come on, don't act like you don't game. Irrelevant. I know a dirty little secret. What, Naomi? You sneak in early to play pinball. You're a pinball wizard. Well, what of it? I bring order to chaos. Pinball is a very expression of that art form. You know what we should do? Impromptu pinball touring. Girls are giggling, and I'm finding myself smiling right alongside them. All in all, not a bad way to end my first day. It's cute.
By the way, I've booked a birthday party for this afternoon.
Looks of confusion and outright terror on their face is all laughter dying off immediately are vaguely concerning to me. What, have they never done a birthday party?
Sorry, I meant to tell you, dears, but I plumb forgot.
A birthday party? How old are the kids, may I ask? It's her 5th birthday. Ah, to be young again. Oh, they don't want to deal with all the little kids running around. 5-year-olds? Naomi starts pulling at her hair, eyes wide and trembling. Throwing ski balls overhand into the glass, jumping up and down on pinball machines, putting chewing gum into coin slots, pulling out my costume, tearing off pieces of it. Naomi, Ashley, keep it together. We've survived kids' birthday parties before. Doom! Doom! The end is nigh!
Well, I hate to get in the way of all the fun. Yep, it's time for my afternoon nap anyway. Have fun, dears.
Right, battle stations, everyone. I'll take ticket desk so I can oversee operations. Ashley, greet the kids. Naomi, watch for hardware damage. Max, roaming duty, look for trouble. Do what you can. Prepare yourselves. They're coming. Like an oncoming tidal wave, the rumble is felt before it is seen. Parents pulling into the parking lot. Minivans disgorging kindergartners. And suddenly... I didn't know this was a horror game. An explosion of small humans rushes through the door, bursting in the arcade before scattering every which way. Even before any of them can get tokens, they're grabbing at joysticks, mashing buttons, eager to get their game on, or even just pretend to be playing. The crew assumes battle stations. Naomi by the fragile pinball machines. Ashley near the door, trying to distract the oncoming kids to greet them. Gavin, armed with pre-stacked $10 rolls of tokens, quickly exchanging them with the adults. Beats waiting in line at the change machine. As for the pro gamers, well, Queen Bee and Teo's friends bolt for the exit, abandoning them. Keen on getting out ahead of the surge of kiddies, I guess. That's all very well and good, but I have no idea where I'm supposed to be. Roaming duty, Gavin said. Look for trouble, Gavin said. I mean, I was doing that before, but now the chaos has multiplied. For a few minutes, I'm like a pinball being bounced around, or like that frog trying to cross a highway of traffic. Okay, it's called Frogger. It's not that hard to remember. Eventually, I spot 3 possible problems on the rise, and me, professional floor attendant, is ready to attend to them. Which one of these should I tackle first, though? I may not be able to deal with all of them in time. Oh, obviously I have to go for Queen Bee. Son of Hardship calls me to the Fast Cars 5 racing games. Shouting adults and crying children are never particularly good signs, and I hope beyond hope that I can take this on. Shake the discomfort off. Now is not the time to doubt myself. I need to find out what's going on in stat. As I get closer to the revving of engines and the clacking of shifting gears, I see a grown woman berate a cowering boy.
I did it!
Admit it. I know what you did, you brat. You manipulated my precious son to put his tokens in your game. You should be ashamed of yourself. Look at him standing behind you. He looks terrified. Freaking caring for mom. I'm sorry. Chosen like you are the absolute worst. Garbage. Ma'am, keep your voice down. There's no need to shout at a child, no less. What's going on here? This jerk of a boy took my sweetest, beyond sweet Josh that he should put in his own tokens into the racing machine so he could play it for free. Josh earned those tokens from his allowance, and I won't let some devil child steal his money. Let's just take a moment to calm down, okay? Before I say anything else, I spot Queen Bee and Teo out of the corner of my eyes. Queen Bee looks infuriated, and Teo's buried his face in his hands. Actually, now that I stop and think about it, they might have some insight. The racing games are next to the Showtime Chaga. I wonder if Teo would have a good vantage point of the whole thing if he was dancing on stage. And just by the way Queen Bee's brows are furrowed, I can tell something is not sitting right with her. I could ask one of them for their help, or I could try to solve this one by myself. Queen Bee, obviously. Since Queen Bee has been consumed by rage, I bet she really knows what's going on here. I wave her over to join us. I attempt to reach out for her guidance. Ma'am, I know you're upset right now, but I think that lady is no good of a Nope, not helping. This is in fact the furthest away from helping I could ever envision. Kid runs away to avoid the loud people as I try my best to defuse the situation. That boy did nothing wrong. Nothing. Excuse me. How dare you? There's no way I'm getting a word in between these two. I sigh and resign myself to watching it play out. How dare I? How dare you for yelling at that kid? I don't care if he did what you claim or not. You got no right to traumatize him over it. He's a thief, and he'll grow up with no good criminal. That still doesn't matter. Did you honestly think, like, take a single second of your life and really think that shouting at a child is an effective way to handle this? Oh, you didn't tell me how I should act. Who do you think you are? I'm the nemesis of evildoers, righter of wrongs, the rising star of L7 Gaming. Queen Bee poses in her trademark pose.
Can defeat me, Queen
I'm
Bee.
the one and only Queen Bee. And in the name of the Funplex, I'll punish you. Well, I've never, in all my years, you're far worse than an impudent child. Josh, we are leaving this horrible arcade. Right now. Well, that's one way to handle that. Woman scoops up her child and storms out the front door. I don't think we'll see her son anymore. And frankly, I'm okay with that. Once they're gone, Queen Bee turns her attention back to me. People are like that really wear me off. My blood's still boiling.
Hey.
Thanks for the backup. You're welcome? I really didn't do much of anything. Yeah, well, I knew you had my back, kid. Stop calling me kid, it's weird. I can sense that you're like me. I can't stand to see people get screamed at. Sucks, you know? Queen Bee's whole aura changed from her normal upbeat snark to being completely down in the dumps. This side of her I haven't seen yet. Well, I've known her for like 2 seconds. She just looks so sad. Do you yell at people all the time? Oh, but you yell at people all the time. I know she looks really upset, but doesn't Queen Bee yell at people all the time at, what did she call them? Fodder? Okay, I'm confused. You shout and scream at people all the time. How's it any different? Not yelling, I'm talking with passion. Look, there's a difference, kid. Trust me. I speak and shout all in good spirits. What that lady was doing was pure malice and vitriol. No one should ever be treated that way. Ever. Okay, show's over. You should go check on that boy. The boy, I totally forgot. You're right. I always am. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to try squeezing a few more ratchets before quitting time. I'm out, kid. Okay, well, I got way high on the charts with her. So, yeah, buddy. The community takes one moment to triangulate the safest path to FOD to receive children. After poking around, I find the kid. Sorry. Hey, sorry about all that. Are you gonna be okay? I think so. I swear I didn't do anything. The other kid, he just came out of nowhere. He dropped his token in my slot. After I lost, I got off the game and offered it to him. He just ran away. Then the woman approached you and started yelling. The boy nods, wiping his snotty nose on his shirt. Uh-huh. Well, if it's any consolation, the bad lady is gone, and I don't think she's ever gonna come back. Especially after the way Queen Bee burned her. The boy's cheeks still streaked with tears, lets out a smile spread on his face. Thank you, and tell the other ladies thanks for sticking up for me too. I know, the boy scurries off to rejoin some of his other friends. Right. That's that sorted out. The other two situations about the skin out of control. I only got to deal with one of them. Which one? Ashley and Naomi. Smell disaster in the wind. It smells sweet. As then I can smell the box of birthday cupcakes. My inner child is offended that someone thought of those icing blobbed cakes was superior to actually birthday cakes. Clearly larger
I
issues.
want a chocolate! Don't take all the chocolates!
I want 2 cupcakes. Give me 2 cupcakes.
Not fair! Everybody gets one and mine's gotta be chocolates!
Finders keepers, losers weepers.
Choke him. Grab him by the throat. Snap his neck. Meanwhile, when the first cupcake is thrown, nobody is there to stop it.
Stop it, stop it!
I want chocolate!
The eyes scare me every time. Fast. Try 7 both. Quickly, I hurl myself into action. Get down! Oh my goodness. Plank midair. Numbness sets in as multiple rounds of frosting-coated mortar fire impact against my body. When I finally hit the ground, my clothes are totally ruined. But alas, my noble self-sacrifice could not completely protect them. Naomi seems to get the idea and shields the game with her body. A few stray cupcakes that miss me hit her, but otherwise no damage done. Ashley takes a few shots, unfortunately, but it could have been worse. As transformed round up the cupcake war investigators, Naomi and Ashley kneel down to check on my fallen form. Max, are you okay?
How am I?
Could be paralyzed from the neck down. Blink once if you're paralyzed. Blink twice if not. I'm not paralyzed. Oh, hey, or you could talk. That works too. Naomi helps me find my feet, although I have to be careful not to mingle my icing with her icing in the process. Days like these, I'm glad I wear an apron. Ew. Cupcakes are food, not fashion.
Oops.
Color icing is just the worst. I think I can get these two out with some club soda, fortunately. Guess I got all of us, huh? But me worst of all. You know, that was super selfless of you trying to save us from this splatter. Speaking as a floor attendant, you score a silver medal. My cupcake food was not strong enough. I now must go meditate under a waterfall and train for 10 years. No mere cupcake can stop me. I am hardened and stalwart, defender of this arcade. Never mind me, how are you two? Can I get anything to help? That one. Fortunately, that my skills are the mastery of... wow. I was trained for 10 years. Just to have Ashley daydream up a training montage for you, same effect, but saves a lot of time. I'm at your disposal, although my screenwriting fees are industry standard if you want the full Ashley treatment. Anyway, thanks. That was a complete mess, but I couldn't have been more of a complete mess if you hadn't done that. Better get back to fixing this joystick. You should clean up and get back to it. Also, the party's still going. Good luck. Yeah, good luck. And hey, good work. If you'll excuse me, I need to go clean up poor Pinky a bit. That could have gone better, but also could have gone much worse. More importantly, keep their spirits up. When Ashley, who has to clean the icing out of her fuzzy felt, came out of it cheerful. With a brief nod from Gavin, I snatched one of the official Funplex t-shirts to replace my caked up top. After a few minutes in the bathroom to change it and wipe icing off my pants, I'm ready to go again. 2 problems in the can. Now deal with the crying kid by the scream machine. Oh, she's gone. Well, crap. Percy looks up briefly from clearing level 78 of Moopy. Looking for that girl? I think her parents took her home. Party turned sour for her, I suppose. Drat, it wasn't fast enough. Can't be everywhere at once. Cheer up, love. You're still doing better than the last guy who stood at your post. Seconded. Saw you deal with that obnoxious parent with the cupwork war. You did well today. Seeing Gavin actually smiling is weird, but I'm not going to say no to praise for my sub-boss. Things seem to be cooling down. I suggest you take a few minutes in the break room while there's a lull in the action. Ashley and I will handle things for now, and she can swap off when you come back. Percy ducks out of the conversation without actually moving anywhere, refocusing on his game. Could actually use a few minutes, yeah. Thanks, Gavin. I'll be right back. I stepped away, headed for the employee lounge. What a day. Quirky co-workers, diehard pro gamers, volatile kids getting into volatile situations. Say it's a recipe for wackiness or some cliche, but nothing's an easily dismissed cliche when it's happening to you directly. Frankly, I'm exhausted. I drop down into one of the cheap folding metal chairs. I'm the one leaning backwards. I sit up and turn around instead. Better. Wait, what's kid doing back here? Hey, I think I was hoping I wouldn't notice him. Hi? Hi, and you are? Mikey. Okay, that's a start. Hi, Mikey. So, what are you doing back here? This is an employees-only area. Well, there's a keypad. How'd you get in? Guy at the desk dropped this. Holds out a piece of paper with the door code written on it. Huh, score one for Ashley's wild storytelling being more fact than fiction. Okay, but you can't stay back here. I don't see any knives or stabbing implements left out in the open, so I guess it's technically safe, but...
Send me back out there.
Well, this is curious. I lean into a Gamil and say my level. Something wrong? You tell me. I work here. I'm the guy who solves
No
problems.
problems. Just don't want to go out there.
Don't you want to play with your friends? Gives me the most cynical bitter laugh I've ever heard of a kindergartner.
I don't got any friends. I don't know anybody here. My family just moved to the city. And before that, we lived in another city. And one more for that, but I was too little to remember. Mom told me to come to the party anyway, and I didn't want to, but she took me anyway. And then she left because she's got to work.
New kid in town, huh? He nods mutely. Still, I should have busted him then and there. Brought him back out to the party where the other parents could supervise him. Should have told Gavin. Should have reinforced the rules of the arcade. Okay, kid, I won't tell on you. If you want to stay back here for the rest of the party, I'll keep you company. Thanks. You really won't tell my mom? Nope. Why? I thought you would make me go. You're an adult, like Mom. Hey, I wasn't always an adult. I was a kid once. The new kid in town, in fact. You were the new kid? Yeah, although for me that started happening back when I was 10. Again and again, moving from town to town, school to school, never really making friends, not for years. This is way too accurate to me. Literally. I've been to like 7 different schools. Mom and Dad kept losing jobs, taking new ones, worse ones. They'd be working all day long, too tired when they came back to do much of anything. After years and years of this, I stopped hoping things would get better. I decided to just take what I could get. I'd go with the flow. What does that mean? It means you don't care. Some things are good, some things are bad. But you don't care. You just do what you have to do, without really being sad over it.
But that sounds so sad. You weren't sad? It's sad you never care about anything, right?
I guess I was sad. I just told myself I wasn't going to be sad, even though I really was. Then I bite my tongue hard, because my little involuntary trip down memory lane was not helping this kid out. Wouldn't have helped little me out if an adult did this for me. So instead, I decided to be the adult that I needed. Could be totally worse. Aliens could attack. Won't always be this bad. Life has ups and downs. Your mommy loves you. That's why she works hard. This won't beat you, right? You're a tough kid. Take the time you need. I'll stay with you. Could totally be worse is kind of discrediting him. I'm gonna go Mikey, look. Well, those had sad times, but it's not always gonna be like that. Now I work here at an arcade. I help people play fun games all day. How cool is that? And I did make friends eventually. A nice girl named Juniper. She helps me when I'm feeling bad, and I help her. I won't lie to you. You'll still feel sad sometimes. Life can be really difficult. But it'll always be difficult. If you keep your head up, you can ride through the good and the bad parts. Is there anything in your life that's always good no matter what? Mikey thinks it over a little. He's gonna say his mom, right? No, I like cartoons. Can I watch those no matter where we live? See? No matter how sad you get, you always have your cartoons. And any city you live in, you'll have with them. See? There are good things along with the bad. Does anyone else in your school like the same cartoons you do? I don't know. Do you want to find out? There's a super easy way. Just ask them. Really? Really? You'd be surprised. Okay, Mr. Max? Yeah? Do you like Ultra Warrior Unicorn Rainbow Champions too? I love Ultra Warrior Unicorn Rainbow Champions. Don't tell your mom I used that word. Kid grins, means that he caught me swearing. And well, then we're both laughing, because I'm just an ordinary person now. Not some authority figure. I make mistakes. Both of us have highs and lows. Hey, I bet some kids out there love Ultra Warrior Unicorn Rainbow Champion. I mean, who doesn't? But we go back there and you can ask other kids what cartoons they like. You'll never know until you ask. I don't know. I'm not saying they'll all be your friends. Some won't. But some will. The good and the bad, Mikey. You get both if you look. And it's worth looking for the good.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go talk to them. That's the spirit. Take his hand to lead him out to the main room. And off he goes. Not fooling myself, I know I haven't fixed all Mikey's problems. I'm no child psychiatrist. That was entire me flying by the seat of my pants. But for one moment there, I was able to help someone in the same crappy situation I found myself long ago. 15 years ago. Everything changed. No more family vacations. No more arcade visits. We couldn't afford them. I couldn't take the time off work. The whole family had to learn to settle. To accept the lot in life we'd been dealt. To simply go with the flow. Never hoping. Never wanting. Juniper did her best to pull me out of that mire. I'd only known her a few years. One of the few stable times in my life. But she knew the edge I'd been pushed to. Now, here I am. It has been, well, bonkers. Alternately boring and hectic, surreal and way too real. But I can honestly say I'm more alive than I've been in a very, very long time. Beep, beep. If you say pizza bagels, I swear. Beep, beep. My emotional voice analysis subroutines combined with your body language suggest you're very happy right now. Yeah, I guess I am. How'd you know? I just told you, silly. I mean, how'd you know I love this job so much?
Oh, I know.
That's easy. I didn't. What? I lied. I was 47% sure. Oh, it has the elements that seem to click with your ultimate social requirements, a fun atmosphere, spirited coworkers, helping people out, and so on. Also, I cross-reference your roommates' postings talking about how much you enjoyed arcade visits when you were a kid. Still, 47%.
99.97%.
But I was 99.97% sure that if I said I was 99.97% sure you'd be willing to give it a try. Another thing to thank Juniper for, I guess. You're a very weird little app, you know.
Hooray!
I try to be. Looks like the party's over. It's closing time anyway. Most gamers have filed out. Who do I want to hang out with? Ooh. Oh, Naomi's pouring gum out of a coin slot and looks ready to cry. Obviously, I'm gonna go Queen Bee. Queen Bees look like she's completely done for the day. There's an exasperated frown on her face as she shoved various webcams and mics into her bag. She doesn't even notice me as I approach. Wait. Yeah, anarchy. Show that high-tech equipment who's boss. Wait. Yeah, fight the man. Wait, why are we angry again? These kids were really messing with my concentration. Those high-pitched voices, the crying, the yelling. It's hard to focus with all that background noise. I much prefer the sounds of people cheering me on and the excitement of a good crowd. I can cheer you on next time there's a mass child attack. I don't know any formal cheers, but I'm adept at flailing my arms wildly and wooing. That's nice of you, but this one's on me. I wasn't playing at the top of my game tonight. I know I'm so much better than this. Gets the worst feeling ever. But you win some, you lose some, right, kid? Yeah, that's how I feel after today's shift. It's rough out there. Normally I'd leave when a gathering of that caliber comes, but I've got an important tournament coming up and need all the practice I can get. Kids or no kids.
Not bad.
But for your first day you held your own. I'm impressed. Really? I've dealt with my fair share of brats and trolls roaming around here. Certainly held yourself up to a higher standard than the last guy who worked here. That's good, right? That's heckin' good, kid. Think you'll fit in nicely among this crowd of misfits. That's a relief. I was worried people weren't gonna stick to me.
Wrecked.
If anyone gives you any trouble at all, you tell Queen Bee. I'll fight them. Oh, is she gonna fight for me? I'm not flustered. Really, that's not necessary. I don't need people fisticuffing in my name. Gavin will most definitely fire me for that. Serve yourself, kid. Either way, welcome to the gang. Thanks. Things winding down. There's one thing to take care of before I'm out the door. Seek out Gavin to handle the remains of the day. Good work today. Thanks, boss. Mid-boss. Sub-boss. Gavin will do. I can't say you've been a perfect employee, but my standards are impossibly high, so I'll just assume you're as close to perfect as is reasonable. The cost of cleaning our carpets won't be as bad thanks to your quick thinking. Normally, I have to deal with angry parents myself, but I was distracted. I've only second-hand accounts of your performance there, but allowing Queen Bee to yell at a customer is questionable at best. She's volatile. I'd rather you have handled that one on your own, I've all told. I'm not pleased that you sold our Moopy for only $1,000, not $3,000 as I had requested. Gavin, we'd only paid $200 for that game. I'd be ripping off a customer. Customer with exceptionally deep pockets, and one who squats on that game all day, spending only a handful of change in the process. If anything, $3,000 is what we'd make up in lost profits from Percy being so Moopy obsessed. What's more, why it's still here is a good question. Was I not clear I wanted it gone? Percy didn't want to break up the family. They're machines, not people. He also didn't want Naomi to be sad. Yes, well, Naomi needs to learn to let go, I'd say. Ahem. Are you giving our poor little new employee a new time, Gavin, dear? Miss Francine, I thought you were napping.
Let's be sensible.
Naomi's dreams matter too. As does the dreams of Percy, that poor fellow. Poor? Isn't Percy stinking rich?
Everyone has a dream they're chasing.
You understand, yes, the reason why. Why am I here? That's the question she asked me during the interview. Now I think I understand. Came here looking for hope. I was going to do more with my life than compromise. Settle for what I could get and go with the flow. Everyone I met today is full of hope. Gamers chasing scores, people following their passions. Nobody here is willing to give up on their dreams. Not even you, Gavin. You know we're better than this, Gavin. We don't settle. We don't chase our hopes and our dreams, and we accept any less. I see.
Apologies.
Miss Francine, I apologize. It's difficult to balance my idealism against my realism. Some days, but I know in my heart I need to err on the side of idealism, even if my mind screams in protest. I can assume you are still keen to work here. I don't hesitate before replying. Absolutely. Gavin fetches a nearby shack of sort forms. Fill this out tonight, hand them in first thing in the morning, and welcome to the Funplex. Welcome to the family, I'd say. I'm sure it'll fit in just fine. One bus side raider and it's home again, jiggity jig. Juniper, already home from work, bounds over eagerly to serenade me in my day. So, how'd it go? It went well. Well, or well? Really well. Your little app came through despite being terrifyingly omniscient and just a little bit unnerving. Forgot to mention adorable. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear things worked out, and you even came home with a smile like when you were a lifeguard. Huh. I guess I am smiling. Interesting.
By the way, there's just one teensy-weensy little question I have for you. Why exactly did you order a giant crate full of pizza bagels?
Oh my goodness. Scams. The pizza bagel scam. Would have been cheaper just to buy the full version of the app. That's level 1 of Arcade Spirits complete. Oh, finally. I mean, I love the game, but just wanted to go into bed. Hey look, you want a prize. You'll get one of these for each level here, plus some extras for various endings and other hidden things. Let's see your score. Oh, Queen Bee's good side beats being on her bad side. Clear your life the party, you goofy goof. You've scored 6,100 points. Nice. Keep talking with people and your scores will go up, up, up. Today's pizza fact is Americans eat approximately 100 acres of pizza each day, or 350 slices per second. Oh my goodness, that is too much pizza. I can't even conceptualize that. This just blew my mind. I didn't need to know this. I'm gonna save your game before proceeding. Save. We're gonna end it here tonight. Alright. Oh, it is a proceeding anyway. Alright, time to go return to title. Alright. Gonna be ending that here. Wait, let me see if I got any prizes. That's it. There's 8 chapters and that was only the first one. This must be a really long game. Alright. Right. Okay. Give me a second. That was like a really long stream. That was like one of my Life is Strange ones. Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna end the stream now. Sorry, I was checking something. Stop. Alright, I might continue streaming this tomorrow, depends. Probably will because I'm obsessed with the storyline so far, so.